pants. It's telling you what it's going to do out there on it.
All right, we live, just so y'all know.
I don't think so. I'm just gonna find the sound and then I'm gonna get it to play out there.
Tiny Tim tiptoe through the two legs.
Oh, man.
Alexa.
Make me a moderator if you want. Do you have any moderators?
No, I don't. I don't even know how to do that. There's only been like 3, 4, 5 people in the stream at once.
True.
Oh, hold on. Let me make sure these levels, because I was playing with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on every session. I'm on Luke's. I'm in New York. Whoever streams New York, and I'm on Asian now.
Yeah, we catch them all.
When are you gonna sleep, Chris?
I don't know what I say, but when I'm dead, I'll sleep.
Every day, Chris, somebody's like, Michelle, when do you sleep? Like, I should be going to sleep here in the next hour and then wake up about
Right,
about
that
4 hours.
Mish was like, Michelle doesn't sleep at all.
She don't. She's never sleeping, right? She's
Sometimes I sleep, but I don't usually sleep longer than 4 hours.
Yeah, we thought you were asleep, and that's why you were being quiet, but you were just gone.
No, I just, got out of the house, went grocery shopping. Like, I usually like to see Asian open and see what it's doing. Cody's supposed to come over tonight in about 6 hours.
It ain't going to do nothing till 8 o'clock. 8:15.
And so sometimes Cody will come over and I'll still be asleep. And he just comes in the office and takes over and sets up. And sometimes I don't even know he's at my house.
How far does he live far from you?
He's like 15 minutes from me.
Okay, so he just comes over, parties, trades.
He comes over and he's in the office sometimes. And then, like, I'll wake up and I'm like, why didn't you tell me you were here? He's like, because you were sleeping.
He knows you don't get that much sleep. He doesn't want to wake you up.
Well, I told him we got to get in sync together. Like, I'm not lying. Listen, I know it's going to be crazy. I want to start catching gold both ways. I call it flip-flop trading.
What, you gonna hedge or just do what you put me onto, right? Because I had that reversal button. I never used it. But yeah, you told me, you're the one, I think you and Sasha were talking about it, the one stream.
But I don't want to use the reverse button. I want to let it go. I want to let it play out, set up, and then take the reversal. Because that's what Sasha does.
A lot of times when we hit the reverse, though, it throws us in a bad position and we end up losing.
Yeah, like it takes market positions. And so sometimes I end up losing like 40, 60 bucks on the switch over. So I'm like, screw that. I'm going to start letting it go, secure, like get out, and then just wait for it to shake out and then catch it the other direction. And I want to keep doing that. But I can't do it by myself because sometimes things happen over hours and I get tired and I want to fall asleep. So it's kind of like we have a tag team. That's what Cody and I are going to do. We're going to attack gold this week. I'm going to get 1,000 pips this week.
Yes, you are. You heard it. Here, guys.
And we have to be in sync. Like, I trade a little different than Cody, and they're more reactive traders, and I'm a little too calm. Like, sometimes, like, it's fine, when really it's not. I should have gotten out. So there's somewhere in the middle. Like, sometimes, like, it's fine. No, it's not running. If Raja watched me trade, he'd probably throw up.
Then we'd be talking shit, and then her husband is on the other side of the
Luke made me promise one time to only do 2 trades a day, and it just messed up my game big time.
I guess Walla did some trading before.
Walla's not doing trading. He doesn't touch this
Some
time.
guy said Walla's smoking that call. We want more Walla on this stream.
That was Walla's stream earlier.
Oh. Because that same guy was asking who was Guala at the beginning of this thing, and then now he's got her all like, well, we want more Guala.
See if I can hear it.
Mitch, what made you want to do a stream? You're on mute.
Nobody, there's no streams, right? And I stream Asian. I trade Asian. Right? Asian in New York because that's what works for my family schedule and all that. So no one does it, right? So I was like, well, fuck it. I've been sitting here by myself all the time. So I was like, fuck it. Let me just start a stream. And even if I'm still sitting here by myself, at least someone could come on. At least one person coming on, 2 people coming on is keeping me fucking from just sitting here bored as shit out of my mind.
Was that how you used to be? You'd be bored?
Yeah, I'm bored during Asian. I'm just sitting here by myself. I play the music. You know. If it wasn't,
you got me.
During Asia's, usually when I take the laptop to the couch and I watch TV. And I watch TV while I watch charts.
You look like we go through just watching basketball from the U.S. and France.
Yeah, I don't know why. We love watching the Olympics, but it doesn't seem like anybody else cares.
didn't they just start?
Yeah, Cody was watching swimming earlier.
Did you see those?
We lost, didn't we? Didn't the basketball team lose?
It was on a little while ago.
Yeah, I paused it. I haven't seen who won yet.
And I'm like over here wondering, do Americans, are we the only ones that care about the Olympics? Doesn't seem like anybody else cares.
Because they lose.
Is that why?
Yeah, they lose.
The Americans just want to win?
Yeah, they lose, and they're like, what's the point? I don't want to play.
America, Russia, Australia take the Olympics.
Yeah, they're like, I don't want to play with you anymore.
Because we the pit
You always win.
You always win. I don't want to play with you anymore.
Oh, why are y'all sniffing the
Because you went to the store?
like a meat market or what?
What? See, look, it's still tapping off. Like, I really am mad that I didn't get into this.
Mitch, you are not looking at getting in gold.
No.
You better not. You better
I'm
not.
mad,
Brian
no.
says gold moves at least 70 pips in Asia. It'll move 70 pips before it does something.
I'm mad that I didn't get into it.
Where would you have gotten in?
At the top.
Right in here, right? I was talking about it earlier, right? This is still from yesterday, Saturday, when Sammy was talking. I put this sell to buy, right? Sell zone, buy zone. And it came in here, right? At fucking 6 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock. It left the station, right?
How many pips are you trying to catch?
All of them.
I mean,
It's only dropped 250 or 25.
I know that's what I'm saying. It's like hours.
That's 23
between
pips right there. That'd have been 23 pips right there.
What are these guys doing with the buckets? I mean, teenagers are so stupid.
I don't know, but I'm about to go out there and ream all their fucking asses.
Don't embarrass
Bust
yourself.
their ass.
Go
Bust
get
their-
them.
I mean, they got my surfboard in the pool. They got like
They got like chemical buckets in the pool, like chlorine buckets, and they're putting their head in the bucket and going underwater.
Someone's getting their ass whooped.
Like it's a chlorine bucket, dumbass.
yeah, you're about to burn your lungs out, you dummies.
Well, your son's doing it right now. He's under the water with his head in the bucket
You can still see.
so he can breathe.
I have no shirt
Can't see
on.
my logo.
Brian, don't embarrass him. Brian will go off on teenagers. Like my daughter had a party once. Oh my gosh, he went off. He told him, he's like, y'all can all fucking go home. He was so mad.
Get him, Brian.
My daughter didn't have any more parties after that. It never happened again.
So you mean to tell me this
He's out there
23
being
pip
an
move ain't
ass.
worth it? Wouldn't have been worth it if I'd have entered here to come down? I think it would. Because it played out beautifully.
Brian. You just don't, like, you can call my son in and say, hey, quit doing that. But now that my husband's calling him out in front of all of his friends,
Oh, now he's gonna be. Nah, then it turns into something. You got his testosterone. It's a fucking hell of a
they
thing.
have a brick. They have a big ass fucking brick in the pool tied on a rope to the bucket. Like, they're just a bunch of dumbasses. They have a cinder block tied to the bucket.
I'm like, you're gonna fuck up the pool fish. No, I'm not. Get the fucking brick out of the pool.
A cinder block at the bottom of the pool.
Oh shit!
He's up there laughing now.
I said, look, I'm trying to be cool, but y'all are about to cause me to turn into a dick.
Everybody's intimidated by Brian.
Brian gives no fuck.
He doesn't. Sometimes he should, but because he'll go off, and I'm like, that was a little overkill, Brian.
I wasn't bad. I just was like, hey, get the damn brick out of the pool.
Did you tell him to quit putting his head in the chemical bucket?
Yes, he said, oh, I rinsed it out with a water hose. Okay. That chlorine sits in there for months. You ain't getting it out of that plastic. That shit will smell like chlorine in a year.
Yeah.
Dumbass.
Where did they get those empty buckets?
They're the empty buckets from our chlorine from the pool.
I know, but are
I
you
don't
just
know.
them stored
I
up
don't know.
somewhere?
Yeah, he had to go dig them out of the shed. Fall.
He's putting it all up now.
I didn't go as hard as I would have went if that was the way I used to do with Cody's friends.
I think we should put on our bathing suits and go out there and swim with him and his
I
friends.
think we should go out there naked.
That is not happening.
That'll get rid of their asses. Yo, Mason, what's up with your mom and dad?
Why is Ian hanging out by the pool jet?
Front forwards or backwards?
He's experimenting.
Oh man.
No, which one do I like more?
Mitch, you're not live on YouTube, are you?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Alright. Delete.
I'll edit that out before it goes live.
I said I'm gonna edit so much out of our videos, and then I go back and I can't find it. I just don't care anymore.
I don't think people go back and watch. I mean, it's like, why watch an old video when we're putting out a new one?
Oh no, some of our videos have been watched thousands of times. It's crazy.
Yeah, because some of them, people go back to find our entries, right? For the entry points and how shit is, and if they missed it, you know.
I really like how Guala did his follow-up on his Instagram. Like his follow-up trades. You know, here's the thing, and I know Guala took some losses. If you're going to do the positives, like your wins, you also got to list your losses. Like I entered here and it failed. I entered here and that didn't work out. Like you got to put it all on there. You can't just put all your wins because it's deceiving to everybody, you know. I put the winning trade on my Instagram that we took the other day, but I started to do it. I ended up getting so tired that I went to sleep. But the trade I held for almost 24 hours, 130 pip down, and then I closed when Guala yelled at me to close. I was going to go put that on my Instagram. It was only a 20 pip loss, but still, it shouldn't have been a loss. I should have held that bitch. I'm so, whatever, it's gone. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I'm just not going to listen when people start yelling at me to get out, get out, get out. I don't do well in panic situations.
It depends on what the scenario is, eh? Trade.
Mitch, do you put your stream in Slack?
No.
Why?
I put it in Discord just because I Um, I'm not. I feel like a lot of people over there want. We have a good concept of like just going off of what we see and all that, but I'm not. I'm not here to like teach you from square one, right? There's a lot of people that come in there like that, right? That are there. I'm just not a very good teacher. I can tell you what's going through my mind and show you what I'm doing, but I can't explain shit very well.
Is AU going to try to close that gap?
I hope so.
Trade I should have taken.
Yes, yes.
That sell there would have been good for 20 pips.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, this. If I would have sold here, right? On this candle, I probably would have took it as soon as this candle printed.
Oh, gold is big.
That would have been 18 pips. I would have closed 75%. I'd have took another one, closed the other 25% here. The first 25%, closed 90%, 75%, depending on how I feel right now.
But would you really have closed?
Yeah, the percentages, yeah. I won't. I'll close a 75% and keep it running, right? I close 75% faster than I close 90s. Because a 90, yeah, I'm getting 90% of that good chunk, but I like more than just 10% running.
I'm gonna have to walk away. You're gonna make me want to take a trade.
In that moment. But that's just this, right? That's how I trade, right? So I'm going to trade and get this movement and try and hope that my runner still keeps alive to get the big move, but I'm going to still buy into this big move, right? Because I'd have had this open now, right? This would have been closed. This would have been open. I'd have had the 25% here running. I got to get back into gold because I haven't really traded it in a while, so besides those.
AU owes me some money. I'm gonna get some back this week.
Oh, I want to refresh it. They just need like a temporary button, so you ain't got to keep doing this shit.
Oh, America's gonna beat France's ass in basketball.
Chris, are you profitable every month in Forex?
For the most part, yeah. For the most part, yeah. Yeah, I take L's, obviously.
She like asked
Yeah.
a question.
Are you ready to be more profitable?
100%. That's why I'm so happy I learned this. Well, I'm learning. I still have a lot to learn, but yeah, I'm tired of 10 pips. If you put stop loss at break even on 10 pips, you're gonna get stopped out 90% of the time, 95% of the time.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it's sickening.
I'm going to a 30 pip stop. So I don't know if you know, Chris, I do not use stop losses.
Yeah, me either. I use like a mental stop loss. I feel
That's
like
exactly what AJ does, and I think Sammy does too.
Yeah. But yours and everyone else's seems to be like way different.
The difference is, I'll tell you, Chris, the difference is other people execute on their mental stop loss. I do not. So I really don't have a stop loss. I just tell myself I do. But most of the time, I never go that bad into drawdown anyway. Like, I take profit. So let's say I go up 20, 30 pips. I take profit. Like, I might not catch it all. It depends on what mood I'm in. And then sometimes I'll be in 30 pip profit and I get distracted. And then I look back and I'm only up like 5 pips. And I might close for just 5 pips just to not go negative.
right.
So I do that a lot. Like I don't always catch the whole move. So some trades I hold too long, like those where I should have gotten out and taken the profit. And then some trades I don't hold long enough, like the one we caught Friday from the bottom. You know, I closed out at 1800 and we went all the way up to 1804.
Yeah.
So sometimes
That's
I don't hold long enough on the right trades.
That's
And
why I like to
sometimes I
close
hold too
runners,
long.
right? So I would feel comfortable closing, making 75% of that profit right now, and letting the 25% run, right? So
Right.
because then that 25% or 10% or whatever percent would have hit that your initial move, right? So that's how I am, right? I get nervous and I close trades. That's why I like when I closing portions of them to runners, right? When I've discovered what a runner was, that shit became my fucking best friend.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is I trade whole lots, and I usually just trade one at a time. And I could trade micros, and I could do what you guys are doing. It's just it costs me, my commissions are so much higher to trade a micro than they are to trade a full lot. So if I start doing all that, then I end up paying a lot in commissions.
But my broker, I can't pay for. As of right now, I'm buying it. I don't have micros, right? I only have minis. Mine is on the thousands. Like I believe it adds up to where my minimum would be 10 cents a pip, which would be your point, their 0.10, right?
I make $10 a pip.
My minimum, right, is the 10 cents, right? That's the lowest,
Okay.
or not 10 cents. Yeah, 10 cents, which would be the hundredths. I don't know, however it is, right? But I can't. My leverage is 50 to 1, so I'm buying it like I don't buy. It's I don't know how to say it without saying what I. So yo, stop barking. I buy my broker is different, right? Hold on. I want to see if I could do this real quick. And pull this up without showing my account number.
You don't have to show your account. Well, I can trade micros or minis or I don't know if it's a mini or a micro, where it's $1 a pip.
Yeah, so that's but that wouldn't be theirs, right? They would get a pip would be their minimum would be like 0.01, right? On those brokerage.
Right.
Because mine is different like yours, right? Everyone trades like that TD Ameritrade, all those English account or those European accounts and all that.
Right. Chris, does your girlfriend trade with you?
Not at all. No, they're asking about. She's in medical school. She's gonna be a doctor.
Oh,
So is
shit.
Sasha. She should be in
Yeah.
trading.
She's busy all the time.
Does she look at charts?
She used to. She knows a little bit. Not too much though.
Do you ever say, hey, come look at this. Tell me if it's going to go up or down?
No, she only sees me after I lose a trade and how pissed I am. I can take it out on her, but she has to deal with it.
Oh, we have lots of fights over here at our house.
Or I'm like, I was in a trade and I didn't let her run. And I was like, damn, like I could have caught 100 pips. So what am I doing?
Close portions, man. Start from. That's one thing that, like, I never did that until we're coming to Raja, right? And like the whole risk management, like like all that, right? I do it differently, but how he taught me how to do it, how we learned how to do it, is what I took out of it, right? And then meeting all you guys and shit, and then like that's what it came from it, right? And so I just take that same me going in drawdown and closing portions in the same way as me in profit, right? So if I'm gonna do it when I lose, I'm gonna do it while I win, right? So if I'm winning, I'm gonna take a little bit off, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and not trail stops. I'm not moving my stops. My stop is gonna stay where it's at, right? I'm just risking. I'm just taking that money off, right?
Yeah.
That trade goes 14 pips. I'm coming to grab it.
You
Not
see on the
not full position, but right.
gold, he could have took a sell at the break of this low. His price closed below support on the 15-minute.
Oh, I caught it when it broke those other candles. I was like, man, I gotta quit looking at this or I'm gonna take a trade.
Yep.
Yeah,
Coulda
see,
took a sell.
like, look, bam.
Yep.
We still
That would've
going,
been
right? And you're like, Michelle's like, oh, you would have traded this volume. You just gotta know this is Asian, right? So I'm okay with this moving it like this because it moves. I trade AU. This is how AU trades during New York, right? Honestly, this is how it trades during New York, right? But I'm an Asian and gold is trading slow.
Yeah.
Just play. The entries is there. I'm mad that I didn't take this trade, but this is a nice trade that played out.
Mm-hmm.
So you haven't taken a trade yet at all?
No,
Oh, but this would have been a nice trade right here.
because I hopped in and my account wasn't open. I closed it from here and I was opening it on my other broker, and it already played out. We were like in here, right, Chris? That I was like, oh shit, this would have been a nice sell right here. I think it was on the 5-minute. I was looking at it. Right there.
Yeah, it would have been 5 pips in profit right now. If you took a sell at the break of the low of this wick,
Yep.
6 pips, almost 10 pips right by now.
I know when it printed those candles right there, and I was like, once it breaks that, it's gonna go down a little. It's gonna continue. So I always look at Asia, and I always look for 70 pips. So we're about 30 in now.
Still going down?
Yes.
Right? So like if you just get it and then get in and get out is what I don't know. It moves slow enough where you could take these you could get these entries.
Right. Yeah, price comes down to fill down to 17.95, like 50 pips at the break of this wick. It comes down to this whole range to the left. It's almost 50 pips. Catch a little 50 pip move in Asian if it moves.
I'm telling you, y'all are giving me FOMO. I'm gonna have to get off here.
I'm not taking
FOMO,
no
FOMO.
No FOMO. Oh, yeah, I'm not taking this trade. I've never took a trade in Asian can't say that, Asian session.
All right, Chris, what's your Instagram?
It is Loots FX. LOTFX.
That's what?
Loot.
Hold
You
on, I
loot.
gotta sign into my Instagram.
Uh,
I forgot I closed everything. I just close everything now when I start streaming.
Okay, spell it again.
I'll put it in the chat.
Oh, I put an S in there, that's why.
There's nothing there. I contacted Sham. Sham's coming up. He's gonna come up with something good. He showed me some sketches and some ideas he has. He's super talented.
I'm your first follower.
Thank you.
Don't forget,
Nah, I won't.
I was number one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm number 2, so.
Hey, Chris, have you ever talked to Kerwin about trading with him?
I haven't.
But
When he was doing his little mentorship,
oh, he is
when he
doing
did
it?
his little, for the FX for can't even think. For the Slack family, whatever Slack, he was doing like these little mentorships for people, but he was charging people for it. And I contacted him, but I never went through with like a little mentorship from him.
That's so. Because he trades a little different than Raja too.
Oh yeah, he trades more like this.
Yeah, right. But he just knows how to trade. Like, cause when we're in there in the joints, he buys them. He be in them, right? So he's already in the trade. When
Right.
when they would be taken. But there's never been, when I was trading that style, it was, I could make money, I'd be in profit. I was more safe with my entries, and it's a safer way, but I need 10 pips per kid. You know?
Hey Chris, do you get on Raja's when he goes on in London? Do you go on there with him?
I haven't actually. I haven't been on since he moved. I've been with Luke. I want to see Luke thrive now.
Yeah, one day Raja was saying if he may not end up sticking with London.
See,
You should go back to New York.
That's
He
the
was
whole
saying
thing. He knows New York like the back of his hand, and it's gonna be hard for him to trade, right? To change, right? It doesn't.
That's what he said. He
But
said it
it
might not
doesn't
be
work
worth
with
his
his
time in London.
family schedule. That's what he's got to try and integrate it, right?
Right.
So you think he's going back to New York?
He didn't say that. He just said he didn't know if he was testing out London to see if he was going to stick with it, because he just had to see if it was even profitable for him, because it breaks out different, like it doesn't have the crazy breakouts that New York has.
Right.
So he's like, if it breaks out and it gets 5 pips, then what's the point?
Right. So, I mean, what other session is there? I mean,
You'd have to go back to New York. I mean, that's
Yeah.
really the only time you need to get that kind of volume and push.
because the London session for him is like in the afternoon, so it's like optimal for him.
So
I
what
know.
would Asian be at night?
I think so. I don't know.
All right, I'm gonna get off of here.
Okay.
I hope you guys get 1,000 pips before I come back.
I wish.
Asians printing these little baby candles.
Just
Keeps
as I
waking
walk
up.
away, the volume's gonna pick up.
Yeah, because you're leaving like half hour, 45 minutes before volume kicks in.
I know. I know. I'll be back. I will be back. I'm gonna go sit on the couch, get out of my office, and I'll watch it on my phone. If I see it's doing something, I'm gonna come back. I spend so much time in my office; it's pathetic.
Yeah, I hear that.
All right, see ya.
Bye.
I'll put it on so I don't smoke. Oh, no, AU's consolidating.
Yeah, Yo, bitch.
Yo,
Check out the sun. Let me show you. Shit looks crazy. Hold on. I don't know if you can even see it. It looks crazy.
oh hell yeah. Shit's nice as hell. See, it's still daytime here.
How's the weather there right now? Like
Uh,
overcast.
it's on the beach. It's nice and breezy, but here it's fucking hot and muggy. It's sticky as shit over here.
Yeah, you chilling on the beach. You're in the Bahamas right now.
Yes, sir.
The Cayman Islands.
This is the trader life, right? You gotta be on the.
It's the laptop lifestyle.
Yes, sir.
Are you looking for the key?
No, but gold is moving
Yeah.
nicely, right?
Hey, where did the key?
Send the Zoom link to Lena, please. Or to Discord. Lena has the Zoom link. I don't know where I got the Zoom link was already up here. I don't know if Michelle wants me to send this link, and 'cause I believe it's her link. Hold on, let me see. Oh, Lena. Oh, is this Lena? Pip Street.
You ever watch those dog channels on like Instagram? Big ass dogs.
What happened? Sorry, I
You ever
was
see?
sending Lena the link.
Oh no. Okay.
What happened about the big ass dogs?
You think those dog channels on Instagram?
Oh, them XL bully joints.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Shits are massive. Like what?
Yeah, no.
Like those Turkish Kangles and shit, and those pit bulls.
Yeah, nah, I'm cool. I don't need a dog to do that shit. I don't.
Mitch, can you hear me?
Yes.
I was listening to you guys. Your stream, the YouTube stream came up on my phone. I was going along my evening, and I was like, this YouTube came, like, right on my phone, jump up. Like that. And so I started listening, and I realized that it was you. So,
Yes.
Anyway, yeah, I had no idea you guys would still be on the Zoom from Winguala.
Yeah. I mean, I was playing the game. Like, I left and came back and then left, and but I just never left it because I trade Asian, right? I trade Asian in New York.
Yeah.
I like to watch. I like Asian because I get to see in what direction it's going. You know, the market for the rest of the world or the rest of the sessions.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Sometimes I put my finger over there. I got a different phone, and sometimes I put my finger on the speaker. Uh, but I just wanted to say I really like Asian to just sort of ease into the week, and so it's nice to know that there's a stream.
Yes. No, we
Did
catch
you take?
all sessions. We're spread across all times.
Yeah, but I was thinking, I was watching and listening to you and Michelle and I'm sorry, who else is
Chris.
there? Chris, pardon me, Chris, and but I couldn't talk.
So
I'm not used to it, you know.
yeah.
But I figured you guys were having a sit-in because you're on for so long.
Sunday, Monday, Wednesdays, I stream Asians.
Okay.
This would have been.
Whoa! Look at gold. Is that gold dropping?
No, that's A. That's AU.
Oh.
Gold is on the left.
Okay, and my phone is too small. I'm gonna go in on my computer. So did anybody take a position?
No. So I wanted to take a position here, and I missed it, and then
Oh yeah.
I just mapped out the position that I missed. Right. So I missed.
75%, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Exactly. Yep.
And then staying in. That sounded like such a great idea.
So that's what I had, but I missed it, and so now I just mapped out what I would have. Right. I would have took closed 75% in here.
Okay.
Took another position. I'm just because then it just bounced off my 50 EMA as well, which would have been another confluence.
Yeah.
Like
Are you using EMA? Is it EMAs?
yeah, I use EMAs, right? The 50 and the 200. The dude who showed me the EMAs and put me onto AU with the EMAs, he uses the 50.
Who are you talking about?
Burner from Slack.
Okay.
Him, he's the one who, and the way he told me, right? So the 50 is like the linebacker per se, and then the 200 would be like your linebacker, right? Or your safety. And he put it in that. Well, if you break through, what are the chances of it getting through that safety with momentum, right? So I just like to use them with confluence with everything else.
Okay. I used to look at them and I never started trading with them. But then I saw Sasha trading with them on the 1 minute, and that impressed the heck out of me. And
Yeah,
but she also said that she was watching them from minute to minute, like through 24 hours. So I couldn't even start doing that. But
yeah, I mean it's there. To me, it's easier to on the 5 and the 1 minute, and even sometimes the 15. But after that, it's like hard to determine because price. How long does it take for price to come in to them, right? So you get in the higher time frames, price will be far away from your EMA. Well, not right now, but right, so this is
and so you chose those two because Burner.
Just the way he has the 14 to 21, and he has like 3-4 different other ones, right, that he goes off of. But I don't want all those lines. I put enough lines on my charts, then, I put enough lines because I just deleted all my charts because I'm starting this whole week to trade nothing but this. What I did here, right, from Saturday. This is what my whole week's going to be about, trying to get the trades based off that level, right? Using the fib confluence with my price action and all that. Strictly that style. Not how I've been, strictly this new, how I've been trying to form it through these months of, picking AJ and Sam's brain,
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah,
my.
and those days of AJ talking, I wasn't necessarily on. Like it would be like, oh, he was just on, and so I missed the whole thing. And then everybody was studying order blocks, the course, and I got a little bit of it, but I had to go back focusing on work. So I'm sort of thinking, well, do I want to use my previous way of trading, or should I be adding little pieces on? But I don't quite know them enough to trade them. So I'm kind of hunting and gathering right now. I don't
So
know.
so the way I'm thinking of it, right? I know what I'm doing now is profitable. I make money. I do this. This is the only means of this is my main career. I don't do anything else. I mean, I have some businesses on the side, but that's just side stuff, you know.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
so I know it, right? So now I want to try and get extra, get the extra entry and get the better entry. So I'm trying to just tweak it, and I'm like, hey, I know it. I know how I trade, so I could always go back to that if this doesn't work. Let me just try
Yeah.
it. What's
Yeah.
I've blown
So,
accounts before, so what does it? You know what I'm saying?
yep. Yeah. And I think we all have, you know, everybody except Luke. Luke is never blown an account. That blows me away. But yeah, I know what you're saying. I could always go back to mine. Like I was a scalper, but um, I I was scalping 20 to 30 pips, and I did all forex, never gold. And now I'm focused on gold, and my scalping strategy really wasn't working for gold. And then I watched Kerwin, and I just thought it was great what he was doing, and I was finally catching on to him. And then Raja's trade or session changed, and I didn't get to see Kerwin anymore. I was finally catching on, you know.
Yes, and
But
and I mean, I like trading with Raja and everything, but him trading London is out of my time frame. I can't do that. It's just
me
not.
too. Absolutely, me too. Mitch, are you on Sasha's WhatsApp, or did you get out of there?
No, I am there. I have it muted because there was like 200 messages going off in there a day.
I know, eh?
So
I was away for a day, and I came back. I thought, WhatsApp. I never have 75 messages, and I went in, and it's like, oh, you guys.
yeah.
So, mhm.
But yeah, that house is beautiful. That Florence one.
Oh, did you see it? And you know, it's outside of Florence. It's on a hill in Tuscany, and it overlooks a whole bunch of grapevines, like farmland, and they make olive oil. Oh, not grapevines, olive vines, and they make olive oil. And a friend of mine that I met when I was there, she does, you know, she does organic farming, and so she's got a big place that like, her parents passed on and left her this huge property. So
This
she's
is beautiful.
developing it, and I just thought,
One day
when
you'll
I was
get that.
there, I was really able to focus.
Yeah,
Like
it
there's
it
nothing
seems
around. Hmm?
just put the picture up and just it seems peaceful, right? That's just
Yeah, but the thing is, then the phone, or I get a call or whatever. But when I was there, I was able to, like, people knew I was out of the country, so they didn't contact me, I guess, or they didn't have to. Like, I was still working from a distance on my computer, but I could say, I'm going to be working between these hours.
yeah.
That makes a big difference.
Or just leave me alone. I'm enjoying tranquility.
Yeah, and then, in the evening, maybe there wasn't as much to do, so I would focus, and I'd be able, by morning I would be inspired to take a really good trade. You know, I don't know. It was just kind of good, and I thought it would be great to discuss trades and to be able to trade London session for a few weeks here and there.
Yeah.
I never get to see Sasha trading or AJ trading or any of those guys. So not that I have to. You know.
Yeah, no, I mean, I sometimes, right, when my son first came home from the hospital, I was there because I would give him the bottle at the 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock, so I would catch that, right? So I'd be like, oh, here, but now he sleeps, so I sleep till 4 o'clock, right? So
Well, yeah, I mean that's self-preservation too.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But I am liking this trade now that I just slapped this fib on it, right? So
I'll let you focus if you want.
No, I was just, as you were talking, I was playing around and it slapped this fib on it. This trade that I missed out on played out beautifully, right? Because you put the fib from here to here. This falls right in between my 168 and 70, right? And then if you take it from here,
I'm trying to get on
to here,
YouTube
my
because I
second
can't keep
arrow
on my phone. I'm just blind here. It's too tiny on my phone, so I'm trying to.
would be 61 to 70 in that same exact area, right?
Okay, just hold it there for a second because I'm trying to get on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
It's just too tiny on my phone.
You want me to make it bigger?
No, that's okay. I'm just gonna try to get it on my phone here, or on my computer here. Hold on. So I subscribe to your channel. This is your channel, right? That you've got.
Yes.
Okay. Where am
I actually gotta save that.
I don't mean to hog the stream. You guys go ahead as you were.
Oh no,
Okay.
have any
can't
insights
find my
to how
subscription.
you see things move during the Asian versus Asian moves real slow, right? It's not gonna give you much volume. Volume's kicking in right now, right? So we got these nice big candles. This is your volume, right? It's gonna get a little bigger than heavier than this, but not much, right? We're not gonna get 300 pips in a session, right? So
I know, but I like Asian because it moves slower. If I'm scalping, I know it's great if it moves fast, if gold moves fast sometimes, but Asian can speed up and slow down. And
yes.
it's never too, well, in my opinion anyways, never too much for me. And I've caught some pips in Asian in a really relaxed manner.
So I've never really traded gold, right, in Asian. I've traded GJ in Asian, and then I started trading AU in Asian. But now since I've been watching AU, I'm always in there, and I always have gold on my screen because I've been trying to find out the correlation and how they move together. So then I'm like watching it, and I'm like, yo, gold moves. It does move. There's clean moves here that are real structured, right? So it's printing, right? You got a bear, a bull, a bear, a bear, a bull, a bear. You know, it's printing a pattern, right? So it's being real structured. You could get in, get out. I'm just about to keep trying to. Now that this big move is missed, I want to try and find a retracement on it, per se. So that was my whole thing, right? That was Saturday. I think I have the chart for that. I'm not sure of how I marked this, right? What time zone would I mark this on? The 15? Let's just recreate it. This, so that was it from. That's how I got my zones, right? And price came exactly right to it. So that's where those zones came from. I did forget to mention that before I started the stream.
Yes, can you hear me?
No, before I started the stream, because I came on with these zones since Saturday, right? So if they missed it Saturday, then they wouldn't know.
The candles are so tiny. It's hard to see.
Oh, sorry, I'll make them bigger.
Great, thanks. I appreciate it.
So this is the 170 area, right?
Oh yeah.
That's where I marked it from Saturday, and this is how that played out.
It played out exactly like you thought.
Because then I could come down to this one, right? The next, my entry, if I come here, where did I do it? Right here, right? Oh, it was on a 5 minute, sorry. Just that. Oh, was that mine?
Did you already describe why you set that up, that entry, before it even opened?
Well, I was saying it, right? This is it printed, right? This candle printed, and I was like, yo, this is a sell, right? And then I missed it.
Okay.
I missed it because I just slapped this fib on this one now, right? This move on the 5 minute from here to down here, and where I would have took my entry came into the same confluence that I would have took it on the 15 minute, right? This is that 170, 168 area, this red box with the yellow golden zone.
Okay.
So this is that zone on the 15 minute. Now we're on the 5 minute, and I put it to the break of structure here to the bottom of this one, and it plays out in the same, right? It's the same area. Now if I take the same fib and move it down to this next entry, my second entry, before I even put this fib on it, this arrow was there already. Before I did this, my second entry would have been in that same exact area. Right?
Yeah. Between the 61.8 and 70.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's really good.
And it's just I with everything in confluence. So now I need to start remembering to use this fib in my confluence with trying to get these, just to secure my, because now I'm sitting here saying it and finding this, that it all worked out how I planned it is it's just taking that entry, right? The psychological aspect.
Yeah,
of
but
it.
that's called learning, right? You won't forget to do that again, because that's the process, right? It's one foot in front of the other. Now you did that, now you'll do it. Like, I don't know, I'm just thinking.
Ridiculous. Like,
Learning's not easy, but once you find it, it's like, you play sports. Do you ever play basketball or soccer or, I don't know. But
Yeah.
you don't learn, like, or if you're teaching your kid, you don't teach them 10 skills at once. But as soon as you teach them one, and then they learn it, and then the next one and the next one, all of a sudden they're doing it, and they don't know why they they remembered that step.
Yes. Yeah.
Is that, yeah, that's how I think of it. Like, I'm like, oh, I didn't know why I did that. I'll try to write it down now, but I knew it, or I learned it somewhere.
So now
But good for you, you did it yourself.
I mean, that's what I'm always doing, right? I'm always trying to, always trying to learn how to tweak my entries, and because there's always a better entry, right? So just how can I get there?
Yeah, but this is one of the first times that I've actually been able to see it, that I caught on each step. Because even when I was listening to Sammy, I was trying, but I hadn't learned what you and all the others have learned in terms. I've never talked to anybody about trading. It's always been an isolated setting for me. So I never used the words, I never used the terms. I would read about trading, and I would do trading, and I did fairly well. But when it was too lonely for me, like a lot of people find it. So when I did start listening to people, I found that I couldn't catch on to what they were saying.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm learning now, though. But what you said just made so much sense to me just now. But I don't know how. Like, so you did it with your fib in the first place before the market opened, right?
Yeah. So that's how on the stream when Sam was talking about it, and I asked him about how that fib would be, and he was like, "That's worked." And I sent the chart that was just the red zone. Let me go back to this 15. Right?
That's right. You said you're charting. That's right. And I couldn't see it on my phone before, but I see it now.
So I slapped this fib from here to here. I think, was it here? Yeah. Right. This is my zone right here. And then my buy zone right here. So when price comes down into here, I'm gonna take a buy for sure this time. And then this right up here is my sell. And I did this Saturday. Price wasn't moving. I have that chart there. This is how it needs to play out. And I'm only taking trades off, right? So then we get another break of structure. I'm going to move it, but nothing really. These are all. I could possibly move it here. But even then, that's kind of wonky. How, to me, this seems weird.
I don't know why I've got the volume up as high as I can, but I can hardly hear you.
Because I don't have my headphones in.
Oh, you don't have to wear. That's okay. I just I'm fiddling around with my volume here, thinking, why? Maybe you can hardly hear me.
No, I could hear you.
Okay, because I don't like to speak loud, so sometimes people can't hear me. Okay, so where are you going to take your buy then? You said you're going to, now that you opened it up there. I'm looking at
the buys, I'm going to look for buys in this green area, right? When we come down into this, that not off this fib. Off this fib here.
Okay, so are you considering that this is a range, and so it's the top and the bottom of the range?
Yeah, I'm okay with the range. I will buy and sell a range.
Yeah, me too. That's what I.
One second.
Go ahead. Guys, if anybody wants to jump in, I'm just talking because nobody else is, and I'm able to get my questions answered here.
Sorry, my daughter just came on my day. Opened the door for her uncle, just brought her home. But yeah, so this is I will buy and sell this, right? I'm not in it for to take it into a certain direction. I'm in it to get as much whatever price is telling me, right? The price is telling me that we're selling it, right? So
Yeah, so you're talking
that's
about a few pips one direction, a few pips another direction, right?
yes, is what I'll do all session, right? I'll do that all New York. I'll do that. That's what I do, right? If I could hold it my runners longer, then I'll hold my runners longer. But if not, I'm okay with getting 15, 20 pips, 15, 20 pips, 15, 20 pips, because those all add up at the end of the day.
Okay, so that's similar. This is really amazing because I don't often find someone who sort of approaches it like that, like because that's how I do it, and I'm hoping to just increase the um, increase the lot sizes. Um, every once in a while, I see Ted, on Instagram, and he talks about and I know he doesn't always talk about trading, but when he gets lost and then he starts accidentally talking about trading, then you see him look at a chart, and I like the way he trades, and he's doing 200 lots for 10 to 30 pips. That's a lot of money.
What was that?
So anyway,
From some,
I'm logged in.
I like to be able to scout, and then I want to learn
I got music
one
playing.
other way to trade when you can't scout.
Caught me.
yeah, no, it
You're not muted.
absolutely. Yeah, no. Why are you listening to it there? So I'm like, yeah, his lot sizes are crazy. Like he shows, and it's just like, that's like, some of his trades are my bank account, right? Like,
His trades are a lot bigger than my bank account.
and he's like, oh, yeah.
But he started real. And I know he has a finance background. I know he has an economics background, but he also has a poker background. And so he's put all this stuff together. I get it. But he has been able to duplicate and like what he does, like stamping that onto people like Raja. I mean, Raja's not the only one who learned from Ted. Ted's taught a lot of people, and I'm sure they all have taken it their own direction after that.
Man, look at AU just melting. Holy. And I missed it. We're in overtime, right?
That was Chris's fault. He's talking to me.
No, it's gold, right? So I've been watching gold, and I'm watching. So today I'm gonna just watch gold to get back in the swing of it, right? Because I haven't traded gold on a day-to-day basis since about end of March, beginning of April, because trading gold and AU and trying to learn AU just was too much for me, so I had to step away from gold and only trade gold on the news.
So why are you going back to gold? Or why are you?
Because I have AU, right? So I've
you have it down now. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, so I'm just gonna trade them together, right? So I put it aside just so I could focus on AU, figure out how AU moves, how it and focus on it to then know that pair. So now I could trade both of them and then eventually capitalize on how they collate and then just racket all the money, right? Just gonna figure it out. I'm gonna tell you guys, and we're just gonna get it. How gold is.
Yeah, exactly. But I get it. I don't try to learn two at the same time anymore because like it's one, and then learn what I can, and then the next one. Because I really don't like splitting your thoughts. I think it slows down the learning.
Yes, right. So trying to figure out, to me, right, price action is what I took to look at it, right? So I stopped trading gold to look at the price action of AU, and when I say price action, I mean like what does these actual candles printing in that certain way actually mean, right? So what is this? Every time this comes up, what does that mean, right? How can I capitalize every time I see this, right? How many times can I capitalize price action, right? This right here, right? How do I capitalize on this? When do I see it? When, because these patterns will come out and it'll be a total bunker, right? This won't play out how it should be. It won't go up. It'll continue going down or move sideways. When this sign right here tells me that it's going, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's the price action that I had to learn on AU, right? Because AU moves like no other pair. People like I know AJ's so good at these order blocks, right? He's the man on it. He's teaching us all. But he doesn't like when I use the order block on the 15-minute. But I swear the order block on the 15-minute is true to it, right? This is the order block here on AU to the 15-minute. And it respects it. Tapped it once. Tapped it twice. Almost came to it, right? And rejected it, right? Came in there, came down. We're in this order block from way over here that we're still respecting on the 15, right?
Okay.
That we're just now coming into. He doesn't like them, but I just like the... Sorry, that's the wrong color. I just realized it. It's just, to me, that's how AU moves, right? It doesn't print. I don't like the way the order blocks print on AU in the long term.
Okay, it's like a different animal.
Yes.
So, okay. So can you take me like a kindergarten person through one order block on a 15-minute?
On a 15 order block?
Yeah, because like I haven't taken the course. I haven't, and you don't have to if you don't want to. But
no, like I just see it. So how he describes it, right, in the order blocks and how you could get and grab it, and that's where they come into price and so this is my order block right here between on this setup right here, right? So it tapped it, right? It came in to see if it was gonna take the orders and then keep going, right? And that's exactly what it did, right? We even got another order block right here on the 15.
yeah, because it didn't dive down very far. Yeah.
I just don't like this wick, right? That wick looks nasty to me, but even then, it's still respected, right? We came down, we came out of it, we tapped in, closed inside of it, came down, we broke it, and just kept going, right? And now that's where we're going. But it's AU, so AU likes to continue in a trend, right? So now it's Asian, so we're going to come down, and I guarantee we're going to come into this area, and we're making we're trying to work in the price for the news for tomorrow, right? What am I looking for? This, right?
Yeah.
Or not tomorrow, next week, right? Because we got some strong news next week, and I absolutely bet that that's what we're doing, right? Because if it's good news, then we're already down, we're not falling, right? But if it's bad news, we're now going to catch that retrace all the way up, right? The correction.
And AU seems to be more sensitive to news than gold sometimes.
Absolutely, and that's what I'm trying to figure out, because Australia is like the third biggest refinery or something of gold, right? So in the world, global, right? It's like Shanghai and someone else, right?
Yeah, they've got the metals really going on, but they're also so connected to the Chinese market.
Yes, because they depend on their import and exports, right? Because they're so close to them.
Yeah.
So that's where their economy thrives, kind of, you know?
But also, and I never thought of this before, but I mean, Asia, was it China? There are different seasons near in our winter time, near December and January, where Asian people buy a lot of gold during religious celebrations or something, or wedding season, or like anyway.
Okay, I
Going
see.
off on a tangent there, but Eve's really dropped in, bitch.
Yeah, but I mean, like, so it's just, I don't know. This is going down. This is falling. It tapped in this EMA and it left the building. Right?
Okay, so what's the EMA doing now that it's falling? It's staying below.
Yeah.
So,
So now,
we expect it to keep going down then, right?
yeah. So then we're gonna come and test it at some point, right? So it became, we were over it, and it was a support, and now it became a resistance. We broke through it. Now we're gonna come back to test it, right? It tested, it came in this zone and just fell, right? And eventually it came out of this order block and crumbled, right? It even made us a new one in the process.
But all I see is order blocks here. It's just like there's one after the other, so I get pretty confused.
But it's that's the thing, right? So I wouldn't like this one because this wick is above this order block, right? I don't like that, right? Oh, and we're on the 5 minutes, so I wouldn't even consider it an order block, but it technically is, right? That's technically one, but like even this, right? This isn't, I don't like this order block because this wick comes down too far. Yes, technically this is an engulfing candle, right? Because it engulfed it, but this wick is too close to the close, right? And then this one, AJ would accept this one, I believe, but I don't like this wick so far without this having a wick. But
Yeah, and there's a specific one that Sammy likes too, with the down wick as well.
yes, I think he does like blocks, right? So he creates these blocks.
Okay.
Um,
But anyway, that looks like it was a nice entry just below that last order block that you were at. Like, even though there was a wick down, that was a good place to enter when it passed.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. On the top of that candle there.
And we're
Even
coming
though
in
you're
and
not
tap
trading.
this area here. See, I don't know. If we get through here, this is a strong zone here, right? Price totally rejected and never came back to it. So that's what I think we're coming down to test.
Okay.
Right? And that's going to be to bounce, right? I think we are going to bounce, and I'm trying to figure out where that is going to be. Because the way it closed, we got a minute. I don't think we're going any further than a minute. So there is no entry, right? So this would have to play on the 50 on this one, right? I'd have to play with the 50%, and that's the best discount that I'm gonna get on this fib, right? And that's how I've been learning. And when AJ said that shit, it made so much sense. I've heard people talk about fibs for so much, and then he said the fib, right? The percentage when you're shopping. You want 30%, 50%, 60%, 70%. Well, AU's not going to give us any more than 50% apparently, right? Because I'm just trying with fibs, right? I'm not.
Oh, he's not. It's not more than 50%. Because I know Guala tries. Who is it that said he likes to get like 70%? Oh, I think it's Rye. Rye likes to get 70% on gold when it.
Yeah, my gold is set up between 70 and 61 and 70%, right? That whole trade that played out would have been between that. But when I just slapped that fib on there, there's no way that I'm waiting for fucking slow ass AU to come back and touch this
Yeah, so that's where it's different then.
price. Yes, right.
Good
So
to
even
remember.
I mean, even if I don't like this wick, right? That wick came out as it's a nasty wick that's not accurate on different brokers or different providers. So I'm leaving that wick alone right now. But
Okay, so this is a question I have too. That candle, that last candle, that we're on right now. You placed your fib on that, but that's a moving candle.
no, my fib's on this one.
Oh, okay.
Because this is AU. You're absolutely right. I placed my fib on this moving candle, but it's AU, so I knew we weren't going to break it. We already created our low, right? We already created our low. I knew we weren't coming down any lower.
Okay.
In a minute and in 2 seconds in Asian, we're not going down any lower. That's why I did it.
Okay. So where else would you put the fib if you were trying to figure out how far it would go down? You would have gone back a little farther to the left, right?
Yes, right.
Okay.
But there's
You don't
really
have to do
nowhere
it.
to go, right? Where do I go, right? We're in fucking a downtrend to then come push up to keep going down, right? Or are we coming up
but
to test
your
to go
bottom
up?
your bottom yellow line there, I think, is where the bottom of your fib, or just below that, where your bottom of your fib would be, right? Or just to the right of that.
Oh, I see what you're saying, to here, right?
Yeah.
But
Like
then
just to the bottom
I
of
would have
that,
to go this way, right?
Yeah. Okay. I used to use trend lines. I've never used fibs. I mean, I've played around with fibs, but I've never used them to trade. So I just never felt I had to because the trend lines worked for me. But I stopped using trend lines when I learned trading from Raja. So it's sort of like I'm in between about three different ways to trade, and I'm trying to get it to solidify for me. And then I want it to stay that way. I mean, just adjust a little bit, tweak it, but I don't want my trading to be changing every few months.
So this is just the same, right? I flipped it, right? So I started from here and brought it up here. Because if I'm going off this, I would have to go that way, right? Because it was on an uptrend this way. And you see this 50% still falls in that same, and we're not even on the same level, and that's that same. So it's telling me, right, when we're in the 70, we broke out in the 70 to take a buy. I'm in drawdown, you know. I guess you take a buy here. Right. Buy here. Oh, get rid of that. This is how AJ would trade, right? If that's the levels, or that's how they trade with you take a buy there when it came into your 70 and your stop losses here, right?
Okay.
Does that sound about right? I mean, I don't know how to trade with a fib just yet, right? I'm just trying to get my levels and my entries.
Well,
Maybe I
with
won't
the,
use a fib. Maybe it's just
the-
for what it is. Maybe I won't slap a fib on AU because AU does move weird.
well, AJ doesn't really use fibs that much, so he doesn't use the stop losses. So I haven't heard as much as you have from him, so I can't really answer that. But the course, the order block course, what is it? CTI? What is it?
ITC.
ITC. They say to start with 30 pip stop losses, and then you make them smaller and smaller. So I don't think there are any rules. And I think that once you know gold, or once you know AU, you kind of know how far.
Yeah, once you get that way that pair moves, you understand it, right? You know where to put it. You know, if AU moves volatile, right? It'll come and wick down and kill all your trades if you put your stop losses anywhere within a 10 pip radius, right? So I put my pips mostly at like 20, between 25. My stop was at 25 to 30 pips, but that's what I'm intending to grab in my entire move, right? Even with my runner running, right? Because I'll leave a runner running. That's how I had this trade still open today
Okay.
or over the weekend, because I left it running and forgot about it, and nothing happened to it, right? Once it becomes a runner and I've left it like that, I most likely forget about it until my alert comes to my phone that it tapped or got stomped out, right?
Okay.
I just, the way I look at it is that's passive income, so I want my money to work for me, right? For it. I don't want to have to keep working for my money, and that's what I'm trying to figure out. That's why I want to stick with AU, right? To keep AU my swing, and gold my everything, right? My everyday, and swing AU to make what I buy in AU. I would never. I feel like, AJ buying AU, right? I'm buying fucking 7 lots and
Yeah.
10 lots in AU, where that's what AJ buys in gold, right? It's
Right. But I still, when I have a runner that's going for a long time, I still do move the stop loss up on it. Because I hate to see it go all the way down to break even if it's gone up really far, and I think it might spike down. But I know what you mean. You're trying to set up something a little more passive income so that you don't have to be concerned about it. I get that.
yeah, like it's
You
just
don't have to babysit it. You're babysitting enough.
yeah, exactly, right.
Yeah, yeah. I know. I have 2 tiny companies. They were a lot bigger, and I made them smaller, and it's not passive income, and so, but I'm more in control of it now because I've refined my clients, so they know what to expect from me, and I don't, and now I choose my clients. They don't choose me.
Yeah,
So that has made, I can't call it passive, but that's really refined my lifestyle. So now I can start trading, and yeah. But I'm really enjoying that you're describing these things and explaining what you do. I don't know if you enjoy.
I mean, I like helping, right? I like someone. If you have a question and I know how to answer it, I enjoy
Oh yeah.
trying. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like That's why I'm all for this community, right? We all come in, all put our input. If you take ideas. If I was against it, my strategy right now would have not been what it is, right? I would have never even joined a market fluidity in the first place, and never met all you guys, right? So
that's how I'm thinking too. I mean, I joined sort of in the same mindset.
Like always learning. I like to. That's what I was looking for, right? A community, how we are. That's what I thought. Slack was going to be more of, but it turned out like, yeah, there's a little bit of it, a few people, but it's not everybody, right? It's not everybody.
Yeah, but it was a jumping board, or
Yeah.
whatever. I don't know how else to call it, but it was something to jump off of to get the community like-minded.
Yes.
I mean, say what anybody, as far as ways of trading and how people go in different directions after that. He had everybody thinking the same, at least for a short while. And that sort of brought like-minded people together, and and then you learn more from there, I guess.
Yes. Yeah. And that's what it came. And now we have this our community that we're in now, like the trading lounge and all that. And it just
Yeah.
and then we all it's a spot. We all come in and we talk. Sometimes it drives me crazy of all the messages coming in from Discord, but but it is all
So gold is jumping up here. Is that? Oh, that's just the 5 minute.
Yeah. But
I don't have my chart open. I don't want to trade. I just want to watch. So I'm just.
see, I like watching it on the 5 minute, right? Because it
Yeah.
gives me these little entries, right? That what I'm chasing, right? So I'm chasing this whole move down. I want to be a part of this whole big move on this 15, not just holding it once. I want to get the down and the ups and the downs and the ups.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be right back. I have to grab something to drink. Princess.
Oh, you still on it?
Yeah,
So somebody else will go live, or you still live?
I'm live. I had to turn my camera off because I don't want them to see what I'm about to do as soon as this beer starts coming like this. I don't want to be like on camera, you know.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Good. Did you guys take a trade?
I didn't take one. Gold is looking good though. I'm just wondering if you're noticing if what Sammy was talking about earlier.
Oh, you painted it?
If anything's playing
Whose
out on
mask is it?
gold,
Julian.
like he described it, or
I'm
we
looking to
noticed
take.
in 5 minutes.
Yeah, I'm on the 15 minute. I'm looking to take buys down here around 1794. They're looking to take sells. I'm not really, because price is tapped 1794 a couple times now. And like Gualo was saying,
No,
like,
I'm
price is gonna
we're on my
knock
Zoom.
however many times, five times, 5 times. The probability of it going through is high. So
So you don't want to be in drawdown if you're taking a sell. No, you won't be in drawdown if you take a sell around here. Say it's 1800 now, right? And you say you wanted to take a buy at 1794, then you're expecting it to get to 1794. Why wouldn't you be taking a sell to get down there?
right, I was looking at sells, kind of like a mixture. I don't know if you know Roger's strategy or
Yeah.
you ever tried like that. Price closed beneath the support on the 15 minute. I would have took sells at the break of this wick, but price is going up now, so it's stopping. I mean, it looks like it's about to close below this resistance.
Yeah.
So depending on where your stop loss is, I think my stop loss would be around 1801.
See, what it's doing is asking me to get back in this, take another sell in my in my 68 ones. You know what I'm saying? That's
Right.
the zone. It's coming back, right? So I would have closed, right? When it
Yeah,
taps
but wait,
into
you know what? Wait till it gets up to the 70 because gold will go up there, right?
Oh, the
That's a
78.
30-minute. I was thinking that was the 5 minutes. A 30. That's in a 30-minute.
Yeah, that's a 30-minute, right? This is the.
Gold is playing games right now. It looks like it's retesting that support and has resistance. But we have to see how it closes. And I'm still learning this order block strategy and the buy low, sell high. Still learning. But ideally, take sells around this area and then buy back around 1794 is what I would be looking for. But
Right.
we'll see.
So, what I see right now, these are my golden zones, right? And I'm probably going to get rid of this 50 and just keep these two. Matter of fact, I'm going to do this shit right now. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to think. I'm going to just do, right? I'll put this one green, just so I know. So these are my golden zones, right? This is what as of me doing fibs for the first, from Saturday till now, this is what I'm seeing, right? Is that the 70, between 168 and 70 is my entries.
Okay.
For me, right? That works for what I do. That's how because every time since Saturday I did that, and this whole trade would have played out, right? Even if I would have took it on the 15-minute, right? Bam.
Oh, look at it. Look at it. It's getting up there to the 70. See it? It's passing the 61.8 and it's getting to the 70.
And that's my 5-minute candle on this 15-minute, right? That looks real nice, right? This is what I drew out for my 5-minute down to 15-minute.
Okay, so what's stopping it from going all the way up to the 100%? Because
it probably can, right? It looks like it's gaining momentum to tap in to test that area to see if what we're gonna do, because this is that order block that we have on a.
Oh, that's an order block. Okay, so see, and Chris.
Oh no, this isn't
saw
the order
that.
block. This is my right. This is my 75 across this whole move, right? That's not an order block. Sorry, I'm
Okay.
wrong. I confused myself without. I should have known because
Hey, let's don't lie to us.
right. So this is my. Oh, my batteries are dying on my remote. Again, this is that golden zone, the 7160. That yeah, on that one move it's gonna correct that, but on this is my golden zone, right? Again, this is where that zone was made.
Okay, so what's your plan?
I want to see what it's gonna do in this. Here, what time is it? 9:18. Want to see what it's gonna do with this, and I might enter a sell if it comes down.
It's like the golden zone at the golden time.
Yes.
Sasha gets on at 9 o'clock. I think she joined your stream here. I think I saw her.
Should be talking any second now, right? I seen her name pop up, and
Yeah.
she's brushing her teeth and getting woken up officially.
Guys, I was in buys and I took my 9 o'clock candle as usual.
Oh, really? Okay, so where did you get in on buys?
I'm 40 pips up by now, yeah. And I took buys when the new hourly candle made its low wick right after that, after 5 minutes.
So
When it reached-
1798.
Right here.
Sorry? Yeah, 98.5. 98.5, yeah.
How did you get that very bottom? How do you do that?
Well, it
Because I'm
did tap in that.
between-
It tapped into this 38, right, on the 5-minute.
Yeah, but it could have gone 5 pips down.
So I'm okay to take 5 pip risk, you know. I mean, yeah, because I wanted to catch this, so I'm happy to take 5 pip risk, and that should be okay.
Yeah, but you didn't. You got it bang on.
Because I could see the candles moving, and I know why it was dropping, so that at 9 o'clock it can go up. So the whole reason for it to drop was to go up at that time.
Yeah. Okay. So you did your entry based as well on time. as
Oh, this
price.
is my favorite time for this. And look at it. There's no usually there isn't any way back. Um, it just pushes in one direction. If you back test it, you'll be able to find it.
That's crazy. It's pumping. It just blasted through.
Every day this time, try to find the consensus at what is going to happen and which direction, or is it going to range, or is it going to go in one direction, and all of that. So if you are able to find the right confluence, you'll be good to go.
So you're riding buys till where?
Right now, I see them coming to whenever I see the retracement mainly first of all, but this is a new candle. It has to come down a little bit, make some support, and this is the area 1803, and it can return from this area. It has just moved in one direction for so many pips, so I am expecting a retracement now. And
Inside my
are you moving up your stop loss?
So this
Sorry,
is the
sorry.
same thing I'm thinking, right? That's the same. If you're thinking of this retracement coming up, is what I'm looking for in my between my 70 and 160 61, right? Where I would have took this one. If I would have broke it down, I'd have took that one, you know. Or your retracement up, right? Is what you're saying?
yeah, I mean, it's going to come down a little bit because the new 15-minute candle did not break down a lot. It just kept moving up, kept pushing up. So in one direction, how much it can push up. So I'm expecting that it will come down, make some support if it has to continue moving up. So that's what I'm just looking at. It can push up right now before coming down to 1804.7-ish area or something close to that at the moment that I'm looking at. And then I am 1804.1. That's one. And then I have 200 moving average at 1806. So it can be that either or this one. And the maximum, I think 1807.7 should not go more than that. At this state, I mean, it will turn, make some support, and then if it has to further go up, then it'll go from there.
What
Because this is the
percentage
only
for the
time-
1807? Sorry, Sasha. What percentage is for the 1807? I don't see it on there.
I'm not looking at any percentages at the moment. I'm just looking at support and resistances.
Yeah, sorry. I was looking at where you might find resistance at 1806. Didn't see it. That's okay.
Yeah, 1808 and 1807-ish area on the left has some consolidation that was on early.
Oh yeah. I see it.
Open. Yeah, so that has it there. So, and there's an order block on H1. If you look at the order block, so that is kind of an order block that has taken place at that level from 1807 to 1809. So yeah, you guys were looking at AU when I took this entry.
1807.
So when I came on the live, I was like, okay, first of all, I was looking at which link, Mitch, I was finding your link, but then I thought maybe you're continuing from the link that we had earlier. So I thought, okay, let's get on to the same one, try that. And it worked fine for me.
Sorry, it was confused. I forgot that we were on here, right? Because I was just hopping on and off and on and off. And I just forgot to send it and share it, you know?
No. I was just looking for it. I thought maybe I'll just get on and see what you guys are doing. But then I found it on the same one. I thought maybe you're continuing with the same one, and I just quit it. So that's why I couldn't find you guys.
So this is what you're considering order block here, right? The body. You don't look at the wicks.
No, right now, if you look where it is right now on M5, on the left-hand side, you see all these M5s. On the left-hand side, you see all of these top, where your line is, it is right there. Where
This
your
one?
yellow, red line, what color? Yeah, that line. So this is a good resistance. Is there somebody talking? Or saying something to me? I'm sorry.
No, they're just talking. I don't know who's
Oh, it's
talking.
David.
Oh, David.
David is trying to say something else.
Did I mute everybody?
Yeah.
Sorry. You can take yourselves off mute. My bad. I was just trying to mute him.
Oh, good. How's your AU position? Did you? I'm sorry, I joined in a little late. Did you take a buy or sell over there or something?
No, I missed AU.
For sales.
Yeah, I was looking at gold. I missed it. But I'm okay with missing this move today because I'm getting back into trading gold on a daily. So I want to focus on gold today just to get my mindset on it. And look, it is going to print to do the same thing it did here, right? That's what I'm seeing.
Alrighty.
Okay, so are you thinking it's going to reverse, or are you thinking it's going to just hold there a little bit and keep going up?
But I don't know. Let's see, because every time it's doing the same thing, right? It's doing the same exact
One,
thing.
2, 3. 3 times it came back to 1804 and then stopped there for some time. 3 times. So let's wait and watch if it's going to come back from here again, or is it going to go up. So this is one level that you should have in your mind. That's all. So if it is going to give another re-entry to go down and then come back up and retest 1801 again, because that's where it broke out of. So always I try to look at it that if it came out of that place, it might go back there, retest, and then from there maybe continue upwards, or it wants to go down further. And yeah, that's what I'm just going to keep on looking. And then the movement will be very slow in Asian. Usually it just gives a very hard time. Very, very slow.
Because we were trying to find a sell entry for Mitch, and I think he was looking for something.
I'm not, Mitch, after this big candle, 30-minute huge engulfing candle, why would you be looking for sales right now?
I didn't mean to say that he's looking for sales. I just
No,
mean that,
right? So every time I came into I'm testing out my fib, right? So my chart got a lot of zones, but it's not really as much as it normally is. I cleared my chart, and I'm strictly going off of my price action and the fibs and order blocks, right? All in confluence, not doing anything, keeping my crazy zones and all that shit. I'm just trying to go off of what we've been learning to see where it'll take me this week, right?
Yep.
So that's why I was, because every time it came into 7168 area for me, the way it was set up is I would have made it, right? I'd have took it. It would have been a good sell for me. So that's why I was saying the sells in this area. Even though this is a nice order block that it did create on the 30-minute.
Yeah, there is an order block that I see on 30-minute that you can see right at the top. Go a little bit up towards 1808. Oh yeah, that order block. So it did not test that order block yet. So I'm expecting it to test that order block and then give us a reversal from there. So I might look into sales, and that is also the level for me, Mish, where I have my 200 moving average over there.
whoa, gold.
Your 200's up here?
No, the green line that you have. This is 50, right?
My 50 is the dark blue one. The 200 is this light one. I got an EMA. You got an SMA, right?
Yeah. That's why my simple moving average is a little above.
Yeah, they're a little
1808.
different, right?
Yeah.
Just like the.
Yeah. They move a little bit different, but I use simple.
Yeah, but they move a little different, but they're the same movement, right? It's the same. They're just a little off.
Yep, you're right. So So I am expecting that's going to go to 1807-ish area, between 1807 to 1808 somewhere. Give us maybe a little bit of level where it can maybe turn back. But I have another, my trend lines and all of that coming, but that's a bit more complicated, I think. So that's what it is like, and I'm not sure how long those would be. Maybe it will consolidate in this area for some time before it starts going down, but it should give some rejection initially, but then consolidate in between one of these area. And next move could be a move that can come a little later sometimes. Because you know how gold is, it just gives a big nice move and then it stops.
Slows down. Yeah.
Stops moving. Yeah. Asian time gives nothing but just consolidation mainly. I get disappointed with that, like, oh, come on. So if I get an entry, I just secure my runners, secure my partials, and then let my runners running. And if it gives me continuation in London, that'll be perfect. If it wouldn't, then we're going to come back and see how about getting another entry, maybe another reversal or something. That's fine. Yeah.
So Sasha, then you're not expecting it to test that order block tonight because it's Asian session.
It can test that order block.
Yeah, it can, but you were just saying that you expect it to sort of retrace and maybe range for a little bit.
Retrace
around 1806 or something.
Yeah, but I don't know from here what move. So there could be only two things from here. Either it's going to go up and get rejected from the order block, or either it's going to come down, make some retest to the area where it's broken up,
yeah,
and then continue further. So one of the two scenarios, yeah. One of these two, I think, should be there.
So then I leave these right for the week, these arrows, so I can just look back and see all my entries. Or places I should have entered.
Yeah. So when the red arrow that you made down there, is that yours?
Yes.
Mitch? Yeah. So I see on 5 minute all these,
This is
a bit of reversal signs. So when I get those reversal signs on a daily and
that beautiful, right? It's just like you're like, oh, you know, because they print out.
You see how 5 minute candle started dying before the new hour opened, and this is a new 4 hour candle, and then that new 4 hour candle, first big white candle is the last 5 minute candle from the previous hour.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Double bottom wicks right here.
So these are nice candles that show you that it wants to continue giving you good like a tweezer. I think they're called tweezers or something like that. Yeah.
Tweezers here. I would consider these tweezers. They say they got to add up, but that looks like tweezers to me, right? And I would capitalize on these tweezers. You know?
Tweezers are the one with the current ones, the current pink and but yeah, these are called tweezers
bodies,
because they
but
have
I thought the bodies couldn't be any bigger than.
Bodies couldn't be any what? Sorry,
bigger than a certain amount. I don't know. It's like a wick. The wicks have to equal double the size of the body, or something. Is the considerate?
Yeah, but if you go on smaller time frame, then you can find a bit of a smaller the lower level, and then so basically what I see is that the wick should be almost the same as the bodies on M15, M30. M30 would be good. I see M30 with the same nice pattern, but yes, they should have a bit of a same body size as well, but I don't know how it's going to form. It had nice bullish momentum. So what I consider this is usually before 9, the move, which I see is kind of usually sometimes slow and dragging. And sometimes at 9 o'clock, you also, 9 to 10 o'clock, you also see that the price is making its bottom wick instead of continuing up. So it continues to make its bottom wick and stay there. So I sometimes get my entry and then let it range. And then the actual move comes down. Even I think 2 days back, on Thursday or Wednesday, the move actually came on around 4 hours later or something. It was really, really late. I was like, wow. Now look at it. It's not in a mood to come back. And I'm happy with my entry because it is not even thinking about coming back, just going in one direction.
Oh, you said something to them? About what? But,
Mitch, are you on mute yourself?
yeah, I unmuted.
Okay.
I was just watching. It's going, right? I'm glad I know to take that entry, right?
Yeah, I thought it was going to retrace and head down. And I'm not trading it. I'm so glad I'm watching it. I'm learning a lot.
We got this traffic here. Hopefully it could just come in and take the seller here. So now we're at the top of it, right? Or would you consider Would you still have it back here? This film. Huh?
Well, I didn't say nothing crazy like that. I was just like, Gigi, and she was upstairs and like, for future reference, does he speak for herself, okay? That's all I said. I said, did you hear me? She said, yeah. She said, what? Since tonight it's not for my house, I just text her. That's drugs.
Mitch,
Yes. Oh, yes.
do you want to try putting the simple moving average?
Try putting in the simple moving average.
Yeah, the 200 simple moving averages for another one. Maybe you want to add and then see how we usually, what place we're having it.
It would be the smoothed, right?
No, simple. SI moving average, just normal moving average. No, PLE, yeah. SIMPLE, not Y, because then it'll give you simply, yeah, this one.
What the fuck?
How many of them you got there?
Oh, it's got all of them, right? It's got.
Yeah, you can go to the setting and uncheck them all. Yeah. Just
That
uncheck
looks
all of
crazy.
them.
That looks crazy.
I was like, what the hell? Simple.
Funny. God, it has so many. Wow. Yeah, now inputs can have only 200. Yeah, thank you. What color are we having? On M30, please. Yeah, this orange color, the one at the top. You see the orange color? Where the price is right now?
Are you saying
So
that
are
it's
you
gonna
gonna-
tap off 1805.37, right?
Where the price is touching the orange moving average for you, and it is trying to just take a break there, it just holds it there, and now it is trying to cross it further and then go to the next level. Maybe let's see what's it going to do. But this 200 moving average on different time frames, if you keep looking at it,
Well, I
you
took
will
a
be
sell.
able to. Sorry,
I took a sell.
on gold.
Yeah. Based solely off of this setup here, right?
Okay, but I still think that there's only one 5-minute candle And so very, very bullish momentum is not dead yet. It is 15-minute candle close, let's see, because it still can retap maybe something between 18 or 7 to 8 area, and then from there turn back maybe. I'm also watching it at the moment. It's just interesting how it's just moving, and just I usually see this type of movement, but I try to grab it from the bottom and then see. Sometimes it is a very good momentum. If you look at 1 minute candle, 5 minute candle, suddenly you see that there is a sudden volume that just pumps in.
You said on the 1 minute, right?
Yeah, on all time frames, because if you see how the price, go to 5 minutes and you see how the prices were since we have the open, all those candles, and now is the actual volume that came in.
Okay. The open of what? The market or the?
Yeah, when the Asian market opened on the left hand side, a little bit on the left.
That was right here, right?
Furthermore, keep going. So gold opens at exactly somewhere there.
5:30, right?
So you see the difference in the candle volume and candle sizes.
Yeah, there was nothing.
I don't nothing. So I don't look at that. I wait for the 9 hour candle, what it gives me. I'll ask you to maybe sometime maybe try to back test.
Oh, 1 sec. I gotta get my. There we go. Right now we're coming closer to my price. It's open. She just want a nap. On Bitcoin, I'll give it like a 30-second rundown on Bitcoin. I'll flash it. I don't know. Do I even got it up there? Bitcoin looks like shit, alright? By the end of the year, that's too far for me to wait. did push, right? That's if you own Bitcoin, I guess that's good for you. I don't like how one person's tweet could shift that so much, right? Like I get Donald Trump used to do that shit with gold and all that, and our dollar and everything, but that's like Elon Musk was like just some guy who was a CEO and he tweeted and raised it $30,000, $50,000, and then retweeted a week later and said no, never mind, and it dropped that same movement. So I don't. Amazon will accept Bitcoin in December. GJ sells this week. Take a look at DJ. So you're trying to sell GJ this week, you said? It's a fake bull for the week. So you're saying that's a fake out? It's a clean ass liquidity grab to me. To go up? I don't know. I hate. Oh, Sammy's in the building.
Hey, Mitch, what do you call your chat? Are they soldiers? Is it soldiers?
Forex Soldiers. I don't really watch DJ anymore. DJ did me dirty too many times. That was the last time I was watching it, right? And that was just a quick me marking. But go back to these gold cells that I'm in. Gonna play out, right? If I don't close, I don't lose.
If you don't close, you don't lose.
Head and shoulders. I don't understand head and shoulders. On the 1 minute. What, this would be the shoulder and that would be the head? Is that what head and shoulder be? To come back down into here? I don't know what a head and shoulder is. I mean, I've heard about them, but I don't know what they are. See, this is where I miss Michelle saying we're gonna fill the gap, or we're coming down to fill the gap. Come on, you're pushing the wrong way. Yeah, because I took a sell, so it's going to keep pushing. It's going to test my don't close, don't lose. But it's only 12, 13 pips, 14. The highest one was at 15 pips. I've been in worse. You sell 10 euro? What's that, like the US 30? 10 euro?
Is Mitch, is someone else talking? I can't hear.
No, I'm reading the chats
Oh, okay.
from YouTube.
Sorry, boss.
I like to see that move fucking in the new hour. The new hour printing up so fast because then to come back down. Even though it's like pushing my comfort level of drawdown. I wish there was a way I could put my shit up here without showing it, but I can't. Can't put my pips in. Okay. Well, if I take my position, I want to take the position. So, I am currently a 17 pip drawdown. I'm not too sad, right? Because or scared about this, because I feel like we gotta retest some of this fucking candle. That hour candle, because this hour candle was been way too big for I feel like it to just sit there like and let it happen, right, without a retest.
I feel like if it even goes up a little higher, it's not going to go up that much higher because the order block is there.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Hopefully it comes to sell, right? If it does the same
Well,
thing.
no, hopefully it comes to sell, but what I mean is...
Well, no, they take that, even if it does, right? It can break through all these order blocks and then it becomes a breaker, right?
Oh yeah, it can. It's just,
when the likelihood of it happening in Asian, probably not. I mean, we're also, so it's just, I took this based off of how the candles print and how it fell into my 70
Yeah, that was your trading plan.
Yes. So I'm trying to stick to it, and it did close on a 5 minute, nice and weak.
Who caught these buys on gold?
I believe Sasha.
Yeah, I got them, and I think Sami got them too. I just checked my WhatsApp, and I was like, "Oh, you got them too." Yeah, but he got them on 15-minute back candle close.
Yeah, I saw him right when we got down to.
Bro, we always catch buys on gold.
Always?
We catching tops and bottoms.
I was like, I took a sleeping gummy and I was like watching the Olympics and I was falling asleep and I was watching, I was like, man, this is about time it's gonna go up. And then I woke up and Brian's like, yeah, look at gold. And I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Michelle, that 8 p.m. Houston time candle, you gotta be there every time.
Oh.
Like, we have to. We have to. Like,
Yeah,
it's
no,
a must.
Mike. I'm watching this and so I don't trade like that's a
who's
beautiful
Dawn?
ass candle for gold.
Is it Sami yourself?
Yeah, this is me. What's up?
You're
Dude, like when I made my account, I made it my Zoom account as Don Sammy. So every time I get in a Zoom call with somebody, it goes up as Don. Here, let me change it. There you go.
He's been on for a while though.
But it is not Sami.
I turned the volume down. I was like, I didn't hear y'all talking very much. So, yeah, I was like, did they get off? I legit took a sleeping gummy. I was like, I'm gonna take a gummy. I'm gonna go to sleep. And then I was like, damn, why did I do that?
Because okay, Michelle, I figured out only candle which gives you a nice entry is this candle. I've told you many times earlier.
100%. Always.
Yeah, and that's what I've observed all the time. So any move, it consolidates. Sometimes it does not move like this, but it gives you the entry at least. Because I have seen, I think 2 to 3 days back, it was consolidating for another 1 hour, but it gave me the entry where until London, and I'm done until London. I'll be fine.
So we were like 60 pips down, 50 down, and then 90 up. Let me know my own charts because my prices are a little different than y'all's. I think we got down to 97 in my prices.
Down means? You mean big down?
Yeah, for today. Let me see what the low.
We're pushing higher. I need us to push
17.99. I can see it.
No, I got what?
Yeah, she got a different brokerage.
Yeah, my brokerage I got to 98.6.
Yeah, we got 98.57. I think let me see. The low was 1.98. Yeah, 570.
Okay, so we're about the same.
Yeah, about the same.
So I can buy here?
No, hell no. Please don't.
Committing suicide, huh? Kill yourself.
I'm just kidding.
There's an order block on 1 hour. Did you see that, Sami?
Yeah, I see that too. I'm looking at it. I want to see how it reacts to it.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that too.
Yeah, like 107.50. Yeah, something like that.
Okay, this is gonna be crazy. My goal this week, which is why I'm kind of irritated I missed this. I want to catch 1,000 pips this week.
What? Stop forcing yourself like that. Don't
Yo.
talk rubbish.
I'm gonna be like Sasha. I'm gonna buy and sell at the same time.
Hey, Sasha, is that what you're doing?
No, hell no. Oh, okay. She meant, I thought she's talking about hedging. No. Buying and selling, she means that I leave my runner from the top or the bottom. So I still have my runner from Friday. Yeah, that's giving me like more than, I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah, like she has buys and sells at the same time.
The 155 pips from the other position, 160 something pips from the other position, from Friday. So that's one runner that we have in. And then we have this position that we just got. And now I'm going to see how and what kind of, maybe I'm also looking at this candle. It might, not go back all the way to that level again. Or if it has to,
in London, it will give us some retracement back to one of those levels. Let's see until where it's going to go.
Sasha, I feel like your bias is that we're going up.
No, it's not my bias, but I know that we're going up to make some topic or retest one of these levels, 1812, 1810, 18, even 15. I can see until 1820 anywhere. But if it's going to cross a bit higher than that, then it's going to become worse.
Yeah. Yo, Mitch, go to the 1 hour or 15. Yeah, like all those top wicks, when I saw a drop like that, like the reason I got in buys, I saw it dropping like that very, very, very slowly. And then when that 8 o'clock candle opened, for me it was 8 o'clock. When I saw that 8 o'clock candle open, and I saw that push, like honestly, sometimes it's just about recognizing like, okay, where's momentum shifting? It's not even sometimes about structure. It's just like, okay, we're starting to see this push up. And I didn't get it from the tippy bottom, but I got it after a few candles were looking like they wanted to go. And I just entered it. And that's
you know
really
what was my entry, Tommy? My entry was 1799.52 to be precise.
1799.52?
0.52, yeah.
0.52, damn. Okay, I see you.
I'm
All
looking at
right.
5-minute candle. I'm looking at how it's closing. So I saw at the last hour close the first bullish candle that came after those tiny mini 5-minute candles. The first bullish
Itsy bitsy
candle.
teeny weeny candles.
Exactly. And then it came down for the next hour. And that's when I took in because I see rejection on 1-minute candle. I was like, it's coming down.
To be honest, yeah, I got in on the 1 minute. Like, okay, go to the 1 minute, Mitch. Okay, right at the bottom, I entered on this pullback. That's it. Like I saw this leaving, and I was not about to chase it because sometimes it just it might do this, or it might just come up and then slam down. I needed like a proper pullback, and I saw it was kind of close to the structure. So as soon as it dropped here, I just bought it, and that's it. And I never looked back.
I thought when I see this going back up, I was like, okay, that's it.
Nice. And if you look at it, it closed. It closed above all of these too. Nice.
Like that's it. No need to worry.
Can I just say right now, like our high for today is right below the body of yesterday's, right below yesterday's body on the open. So we might not break the body from yesterday. Is that a possible like?
Yeah, for sure.
Top for the day.
For sure. There's still more upside to go.
Yeah. You see the momentum
we're gonna break the body of yesterday?
Yeah. I just wanted to see. My thing is like looking at price at 107, like right now, kind of where it's at. I want to see, is it gonna really reject hard? Is it gonna engulf up and close? What's it gonna do? That's what I'm watching out for.
The order block, right?
Of that. Yeah, there's an order block right there.
I'm kind of wondering. My impulse is to take a short here.
Yeah, order block, and then 2. If you look at the 15, you can see that there was like some structure. Zoom out a little. Yeah, this right here. Stop. Yeah, right here.
I'm down.
You had this structure, so really it's testing this right now. Right, and that's kind of where it's stopping at. If you look at it, right, it's testing like the body of this, with that white. It's exactly on the white line actually. If you guys just look at this white line, this one, just follow it over. Yeah, it's exactly what it's rejecting right now. So we want to see if they're respecting it, or no, that was it.
Oh, okay, we have a lot of averages for next volume that I'm looking for pre-London. So until then, I expect it to keep consolidating here, or and then later on come back retest this level, or even maybe this level.
Yeah,
there should be some sort of retest.
I agree.
I don't think this will be enough. It should come down to at least here, London, pre-London somewhere, and then it will make a nice structure to go back to.
Yeah.
If it has to
So
continue going back.
since it broke that, this is like the new support.
Yeah.
And even though it slipped down, it should hold, right? Because they're so funny. I swear they do the same thing over and over again. They consolidated, popped out one way, and took it the other. And so we should see them come back to at least this area. Maybe it'll be Frankfurt. Frankfurt might set up the alley-oop for London to push up higher, and then maybe New York. We don't know, right? We have like kind of Monday, Tuesday to set the high before it comes down.
And moreover, we did all our analysis. All of that was one thing. But if you go to 5-minute candle and you look at the formation, and I always wanted to see how Asian will be opening. And when I saw this, when Asian is opening like that, not convincing enough. And when it was about to 4-hour close, I was like, okay, even better. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it tells.
Yeah. Honestly, it really didn't take much thinking. I just looked at it and I was just like, okay, it looks like she wants to go. Yeah. See, now it's getting interesting. It's a new 15 minutes. Yeah, I think there's gonna play here.
Like I said, this is my trade. This is my play right here. This is what is going to happen.
Honestly, I think it should the minimum it should drop to is like 1803, like 500-ish or something. Like it needs to do that before it even wants to keep going. That candle, that buy candle was too clean on the 1 hour, or even these. Looking at them.
Yeah, look at this 15 minute.
Yeah,
it's beautiful. And you know what? It always happens. Always notice at this time, at this candle, when it starts going in one direction, I think it's the nth time I'm looking at it. If it moves, it does not give a second chance. I've seen it happening
like
many times. Yeah, like this 1 hour candle especially has a lot of momentum. It doesn't want to give a second chance because sometimes what happens, 15-minute candle wants to make a lower wick. I've seen this 15-minute candle usually doesn't want to give you that, even that much. If it does, and it starts consolidating, that it means that the move is coming later, not straight away now. So that's what I have noticed many times. Backtesting is the best thing for this 1 hour candle, and if you catch it, you're done in Asian as well. And maybe then later on, no need to sit in front of the computer. Come back sometime.
Call it a day.
New York, New York. Come and have a look at what setup London gives you.
Yeah, like I'm looking at it right now. All the past days. I guess it's your 9 a.m. candle, right, Sasha? All those times I'm looking at it. Every time I'm looking at it, most of the time it's coming back in like London or Frankfurt to retest and then continues.
Yeah, it does because it has to give them another entry, but it holds like that. All the traders at this stage, it's not gonna retrace that easy because it has from now until 4 or 5 hours for it to, just hang in here for some time, and then it wants to think what it wants to do. And even if you
so I'm interested.
Well,
so I'm interested in this next 4 hour close. I want to see how it's gonna close.
it will come, maybe just drop down to some level like 0.32 or something, or 50, and then come back up and then go, and then give you a nice bullish candle, I think.
Mitch,
Yes.
where does how many pips does it give you if it goes down to the 50% on your position?
27.
Well, that's not bad.
Yes, but my stop loss would be higher than that, right? And I don't like to get less than my stop loss.
Well, pips are pips, whether your stop loss is at 10 or 30, right? 27
Yeah.
profit.
Absolutely.
Sure, yeah. Because with gold, you don't want to have a small stop loss, If you use stop losses, some of us don't.
See, I could never not use a stop loss on gold. It just moves too fast. I don't know how people keep those up. Well, I am in 16 pip drawdown.
Mitch,
Yes.
I have a question. Why did you take sell over there?
Why did I take a sell? Because it was coming in with these and then into this level that I had here.
What? Sorry, I can you repeat? What's the reason?
This because these other two cells, right, would have played out in between my 6170. And so that one came into my 6170 and it came out and then closed. Right, but this one
This fib level is from where to where? Which move are you drawing the fib on? Is it a retracement on some move that you're looking at?
I don't know. This one was this one here. From there, right? And it came into that 6170 area. And I said I wanted to sell. I didn't take it. I would have came down and took positions off in here. I'd opened another position, and if you move this down to here, where was this? That was here. This was here. That now one also fell in my 70 area, so then I would have took another position to then sell right here, right? And it came down, it'll hit this. So I was figuring I was going to do the same thing.
Because my fibs are, how I place the fibs are a bit different because it broke the structure downwards. So I am not going to put it from bottom to, let me see what I'm doing.
See, I don't really know how to use a fib, right? But that's what this zone here, these red and yellow is what I marked, or yellow and green, or red and green here, and the yellow is what I marked with this fib here Saturday.
So again, having there make me understand, because I'm a bit confused here. So if we are going to draw the fib, yeah, the one you had.
It's fucking auto shit. So that was it here, right? Right there, right?
But why are you drawing from bottom to
From top to
Is
bottom?
it reversed?
Huh?
Yeah, because the
It
move is
shouldn't
like
be
that,
reversed.
right? Sami, I need your help. Where did you go?
Yes, I'm right here. I
So
see you.
isn't
Yeah,
it
yeah,
how
that's right.
this is how we draw the fib, right? Not from
Yeah, yeah.
bottom to top, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, so it's like wherever, if we had this move happen and we start seeing candles pop up a little, we want to see how much of a percent of retracement. Is it going to retrace 50% of the original down move? Or is it going to retrace 70% of the original down move? Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Yep. So you got it right, Mitch. And then when this move happens all the way, and because it did not break the structure, not here and not here, so we are going to keep this fib the way you got, the way you get it. So we retraced first 70%. We came back down to 23%. Then we went back up. Then we are coming back somewhere here to 38.20%. And now we are going back all the way to this level. Now, if we go to minus 27, where is it coming to? 1815 area. That's what I'm looking at. Sami, you understand what I'm saying? Minus 27 is 1815.54.
You're looking at minus 27 of that down move from Friday to the upside.
So is this wrong?
Yep,
My fib?
I see what you mean. Yep, yep.
So is this fib wrong?
What do you say, Mitch?
Is this fib wrong? And I took
No,
it
bro.
off?
No. That this fib is right. This fib is right because it's this leg, right? As soon as the candle closes above this fib, like the retracement is 100%. Like there's no more than 100%. So you gotta now draw your fib on a maybe higher time frame or wait for this leg to finish. And when it's coming down, then you can maybe do it from here to here, or you can do it from here to here. And then you can see how much is it going to retrace to that. And that's it.
I mean, you said that you saw what Sasha meant. I didn't see what she meant, and I don't know how I saw everything until it goes up to 18, 17.
Oh, okay. So you're asking how are we talking about it getting here?
Yeah.
Let's go, 10 pips! Woo!
Yeah. Let's go. Yeah, Mitch, go to the 4 hour, or even 4 hour, 1 hour doesn't matter. Yeah. So, Mitch, put your exactly how you have your fibs now, but put your 100 here and put your 0 here. Just flip them, right? Because we want to see Lena whenever price like leaves. So like let's say this is price, right? Usually when it's like leaving to either side, it likes to tap into the minus 27 here or the minus 27 from the downside. Like 27% increase away from structure or 27% decrease away from structure. So at this point, before he flipped it, you saw his fib, his minus 27 was here. And now when he flipped it, most likely it likes to do this and then it pushes away. And then it likes to break structure again. And then you draw your fib from, let's say this low, because this was the last low it established, to this high, and your next fib would be somewhere here, and then price would go to that, and then reject off of that, and then keep going. Now, obviously, that's ideal. It doesn't work every time, but it kind of gives us like a target to watch, and then we can see there was like a lot of action over here. It gives us another confirmation. Once upon a time, there was like some kind of structure around here, so. We know it doesn't like to come to the, if we're going to try to sell, it doesn't like to touch the bottom of it and then come down. Usually they like to go to the high of a zone. So probably we'll see it like do this and then maybe wake up and then maybe come down. I mean, at this point, I'm just like imagining stuff, but we're going to see how it reacts when it gets there. And that's really just the whole point, like just the minus 27. That's just how I use it, like just going from the leg that it currently made, and as we see it start breaking up, I want to see it react to this, or see how it reacts to it. If it completely violates it, then obviously this is all just a big mess, and I need to go to a higher time frame to determine a minus 27 there.
For sure, thanks. I just, I really am just learning the basics of the fib, so that's why I didn't see that minus 27.
Yeah, yeah.
I never really used that part. I would just always use the center, like 50%, 61.8.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
when Sasha said that it would go up, I was like, oh. So I didn't know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, most of the time it's just like now sometimes I don't have to use the fib, and that's not like I'm not saying like, oh, I don't use the fib, but I like visualize like let's say this move from here to like let's say here, right? I can see this to here, the 50 is like maybe somewhere here, and maybe visualize that maybe the 70 is like somewhere here, but even the negative 27, like you're gonna start to see. I mean, the more you use the fib, it's just gonna kind of be like this visual of a fib and just the length of it and just the perfection of it. You're just gonna start visualizing it. Like even this leg to this leg, maybe the minus 27 was somewhere around here, and it looks like it kind of messed with it. But yeah, I mean, you'll start to see it more and more the more you use it and play with it. Yeah, do it to this one, because this was supposedly the leg. We thought we were going to retrace from here. But then it just lingered, and finally it tried to come. Yeah. So, like here, it failed, right? But it's still
Yes,
for liquidity of these
okay.
lows.
Okay.
Right, yeah. And it's never going to be perfect where it comes to. At times, you're going to see it tap exactly. At times, you're going to see it, wick below a little. It's just like an idea, right? The magic isn't in the fib, but just in like giving us the general area of, hey, we should put our eyes somewhere down here and maybe look left and see, is there a zone? Is there an order block? Is there something we should be looking at? Yeah, that's really all it is. It's just like, hey, look in this general area.
Put it here, the down part, Sami, this one, and then see, because I want to see the whole move from here to here.
Yeah.
And that's the actual big move that we are at.
Yeah.
So initially what I
Agreed.
thought from here, this is the actual move that happened to here, but now since it has completed itself from here to here, I see that this which was earlier 61.8 when we were here, but it was just a tap, not a perfect proper retracing for me.
Right.
Because drawing from here until it gives me a close to this level or any of these levels, I don't consider them done. If it just wick touches and come back, I know it's going to come back at later stage. Maybe
yeah. So you're saying when the fib was from here to here, that this was the minus 618?
Have a look and see either this one or this one. Yeah. Do you see? It came down to exactly.
Yeah, leave it. Yeah, leave it on here.
Leave it to here. Yeah, leave it to the first one when it.
Yeah.
Oh no, I think it retraced even before that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say, Sasha. Yeah, if it retraced
so
before.
That is not. Yeah, that wouldn't count.
Yeah. So since we didn't even get a full retracement.
Yeah, so if we keep it till here all the way, now we look at which level, what are the, levels that we're looking for this to come back, and where is 61.8 or any, these are the levels now.
Yeah, so now we can assume this is the full complete leg, because what happened before, we assumed that this was the complete leg, but it went up a little and then came down some more. So we're going to assume that this is the complete leg, right? This one right here.
Yeah.
And and so we hit the 38, we're hitting the 50. So let's see if we can, tap into one of these and see how we react around these. But this is the 4 hour. It didn't go downwards, but nothing changes from when we did our analysis with Walla, or if you guys don't align with that, that's fine. But we are looking for.
So
we are looking
this
for.
is very important.
Yeah, definitely.
And this has the moving average. So this can be the top pick for today, and then maybe I mean I'm just guessing. Please don't catch me on these. Maybe tomorrow somewhere here, and then a little somewhere here, and then all the way. You know how it will play. If it wants to do that bit, if it wants to continue keeping up, then yalla khalas.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm looking at that, right? I'm looking at this price, and then Mitch, if you do your 100 from here, and then you put your 0 on the fib there, just do a new fib, and or actually that's fine. You can leave it. The 70, I marked where the 70 is at like 114, and then you see the minus 27 is here. So now you have like a box area where you're gonna look for a price to react, right, between here and here. So honestly, that's how, like, right? So one, we got from here to here, 70, which is here. And then this leg from here to here, we got the 27 there. And so now you got like a box. You got like an area where you can like now look for, between these two. And notice how the minus 27 is like kind of right in the middle of these. Right, it's like the 50 of both of them. So just see the candle formations around there, and if it goes with your analysis, you know, like go for it. But obviously, you know, if you get something like this, and you know, that's nothing. Like that area is disregarded. Now it may, you know, push up again some more and then fall down. But we usually want that first touch.
I also suggest to all of you, either do it together or do it by yourself. But let's do a back test to this 9 o'clock candle thing. You'll be surprised and you'll be very happy, and then you'll start doing that.
Definitely.
You should do that. We can do it together. You should do it on your own, but do it so that you can. It's like 30 to 40 pips. Today they were more than that because it was range, but it is 30 to 40 easy, and I call them like really easy. And it's easy to guess the direction for this one at the start of the day for me personally.
Yeah, because you know we had that liquidity even above here, all this. That you know it was just like they're not going to let you sell right away and keep your stop losses here. So that's definitely what we did first. But
the structure also, all these 1 hour candle structure, they make sense because.
Yeah, and even here you can see you had that push here engulfing, you had this engulfing this, and then you just had accumulation, and it still respected this. I mean, honestly, however you look at it, if you click buy, good job. Like, look at it however you want.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Best thing is to do the retest, you know, and then make your own mind find the right reasons, and then you accumulate them and trade those reasons. The same thing. Just don't look for anything else. Whatever you find confirmations, just trade those.
Take it, yes.
Five pips. 5 pips.
I'm in sales as well.
Sales too.
I entered at 1806.30.
Nice. I entered at 1806.90. Let's go.
I'm at 1806.6.
I'm at the pink line, 1805.38.
Let's go.
Tasha, there's a gap at 1802.
Now you come on with the gap, right? I was looking for.
And Michelle, look at this. If you find that gap, it's gonna come back to this support area. Is it somewhere here?
Didn't Sammy just say we were going around to 1803? There's one at 1802.4. Let me see what it is on the fib retracement.
Yeah. Tell me why they always do it around structure. It's like it matches with structure.
And it's where it reacts also.
I love these components.
I believe it's markers they leave. That's what that guy was saying. They're like little footprints that are left in the chart.
Yeah.
So let me do this.
But keep in mind, retracements are sometimes very slow. That's what I've noticed many times.
It is between the it's like between the 50 and the 618 on the retracement.
What's the exact value on MT4 or TradingView?
Let me see if I can tell you. So I am currently trading 2 pips ahead of you, above you. So yours would be 1802.1.
That comes down to the support, and I want to that way. Imagine, Michelle, it does come down to these levels, and this is so funny. Wow.
Then there's another one down at 18. Y'all's value would be 1799.5.
That's the one there?
Yeah, that's the next gap down. It made these 2 gaps on its way up.
You said 17 what?
That's the entry.
95.
1799.5.
Oh, 99.
So 0.3 for us?
That's
Is it
for
0.3?
price, yes.
Oh, my friend. 799.5. Okay.
So look at what's happening
that
right
might-
there at 1799.5. I mean, you're hitting structure there.
Mm-hmm. We are, yeah.
See what a good
Imagine
team we all make?
We put it all together.
Put it all together, and we just gotta let time do its thing.
Now I can go to bed.
Yes. Leave it on.
Sammy's like, I
stops
don't
at
know
break
about
even,
that.
go to bed. Stops at break even, go to bed.
Sammy, do you ever do that?
Yeah.
But you've already
I really
secured
do.
profit by that point.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, you can like, see, that's what I don't like about MT4. I wish you could like put, okay, when it gets to this level, take out this much, you know. But why would the brokers do that? They want to take
AJ's
everything.
does
you got.
that. AJ's trading thing does that. When you get to this
Yeah,
level,
he has a trading manager. I see his trading manager on the laptop, but not on
Guys,
the phone.
wait. Listen. Trading manager gives, I think, 10 accounts. Should we all chip in together? Buy one and
Cody wants to go in, but we don't trade on that. I don't trade on that, so Cody
I'm
has to
down.
trade on his account.
Well, I'm
down,
getting
but
ready
honestly,
to.
I need to.
Well,
I need to get back.
we already talked about it earlier. I was gonna. I want to get
You
the
did?
free version to test it. Right? Me and Sam were talking about it. I messaged them to try and get the free week trial.
7-day trial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before I actually buy, because I want to see if it's actually as you know.
All right, Cody and I are in.
Because
and then
watching AJ play with it and then you playing with it, to me is just different. Oh, 2 pips, let's go.
Oh my gosh, Mitch, I
I
love
love this man.
So guys,
I wanted to take this.
packages.
I wanted to take this at the very top. I really was like, I really want to take this right now. And then I asked you guys, hey, do you guys think it's going to turn here? Y'all looked and you're like, well, I took it anyway. It had already dropped, though. I almost caught it from the extreme top. It just was like impulsive. Get it right here.
Okay. You know, pips
It's okay.
don't
You managed
harm
it well. You managed it well, Michelle.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. So it's like 20 pips it has dropped already from the top until here, where we are right now. And I think the first structure down that it is coming down to is 1804.51.
Yeah, right there where it hits that structure from the other side.
That's the thing. Maybe a bit, like down a little bit, but then somewhere there. Sam, did you look at the trade manager and packages?
Yeah. So basically, I don't think they give 10 licenses at a time. I think it's just one license, and it's for $100.
One license has 10 accounts. I mean, you can use
No way.
10 empty. up to 10 MT4 accounts, something like that. Because AJ was telling me initially, for example, how we get soft for FX, we can use it on 2 MT4 accounts, right? So we usually split. I have one, but this one,
I did not know that because when I'm looking at the website, it didn't say that. So I assumed not, but if he's saying that, then that's good.
And I was talking to Fabian, and Fabian gave me a copy. I put it on your WhatsApp there, Sasha, because I've been trying to get. I asked AJ, and I've been trying to get a few people to get together to buy it, because it does give 10 licenses. The only thing is that you buy an MT5 or you buy an MT4. So
okay, so this one, the Trade Manager 4 Pro is now, which website is it exactly? I know the information, I never bothered going on. I'm sorry, yeah.
Chris, please tell me you're in these cells.
Yes, ma'am.
Where are you at?
180630.
All right, Chris. All right. You didn't hop out at 10 pips?
Nah. My stop losses at break even. I secured some.
All right.
I'm gonna hold it.
Did you catch the buys at the bottom?
I didn't, sadly.
All right.
So make sure what your sell was a good idea.
I had to get a new mouse pad to support my wrist because my wrist was getting so beat up on the desk. So I had to get one of those cushion wrist mouse pads from being on the freaking computer so much.
I gotta get a new mouse. I take AAA batteries. I need one that's like rechargeable or something.
Just get
How many of you
rechargeable.
Sorry. How many of you you're using MT5, Sammy, right?
I have one account on MT4 and one account on MT5. Like one's a personal account, one's on FTMO.
Okay. Because I was looking at the video to check out the differences between MT4 and MT5. Raja always said that they're amazing and you will never go back. You find
Honestly, get MT5. It's way better. I'm about to change my personal account to MT5 as well because the why I like MT5 is you don't have to go to the trading screen to do your inputs and values. You can automatically do it from the trading chart. Just tap on the stop loss and you can move it according to structure, and then you confirm it. There's a lot of other things.
I can move it on MT4 too.
Oh, you're on your laptop?
Oh, you mean move it from right here on MT4? I can do it.
Are you on your laptop or phone?
Laptop.
Okay, that's why maybe. Laptop, I don't know the
okay, so you do it on MT5 app, mobile app.
Yeah, the MT5 app is way better than the MT4 app for phones, but for laptops, I'm not sure. Does anybody use MT5 on laptop, guys?
I got MT5 on my laptop. I use that for gold. I'm in it right now. But I don't know I never used MT4, so I don't know the differences.
Okay.
I used MT4 for a long time, and now I use MT5. And but I have a PC, not a laptop, but I mean it's the same thing, same application, and you can do the same thing on both of them. MT5 doesn't offer a lot more, but I find it moves better.
Alright, but just to come down to the trade manager thing, I was thinking if you can get four people, all the way 10 for MT5 and 10 for MT4 or something like that. But it has to be, it's better to have people on our own thing, or somebody, they're willing to switch to MT5. Then
MT5,
get on.
MT5 is the way to go, honestly.
You got it.
It's the way to go. It's night and day compared to MT4.
Okay, so what are the differences that you've seen, Chris?
It's way smoother.
Yeah, it's smoother. That's what I'm noticing. But there doesn't seem to be a lot more capability,
It's like
but I like it
doing,
more.
yeah, that's true. It's just more
Yeah, I
efficient.
don't know. I feel like MT. Yeah.
It's more
It's
efficient,
always
less
like
glitches.
newer version of each thing. You know how it's better than the older version. They try to
Yeah.
improve it.
Yeah,
It's
I just feel like MT4 is like the original version. Like you can't go wrong with it. But if you're more proficient at using, the apps, and you want to look for more, smoothness, and I can't tell you on a laptop what the big differences are, but I just feel like MT4 you can't go wrong with it. It's like the mother, but
How
MT5
do you
I
guys
just
take? How do you take a position on a mobile? I mean, you do your analysis on the laptop and then take a position on mobile.
yeah.
You just hit buttons.
Sometimes if I'm at the store, I'll take a position from I'll look at it, do my analysis real quick, and just bada bing, bada boom.
Mm-hmm.
So you do the whole thing. I take my laptops to work because I cannot trade on my phone. I need to see the whole chart and
The developers of MT4 have stopped working on MT4, so they focus on MT5 now.
yeah,
So
yeah.
any-
They're not
any
making any improvements. Yeah.
Yeah, so any new
Great.
update is going to be on MT5.
You know, you
And
Yeah.
MP5 better be better than MP4.
Yeah, right. It's that +1.
because it's a newer version, and I don't know if it's gonna be MT6 or 7 or whatever, but each version, like the game versions and other versions, so that's why. But I've heard good thing, and the speed thing somebody was saying right now, I think it is quicker. But that's what on the YouTube video comparison video they said the same thing as well. So it's like we are being lazy to get it on, switching to something is like okay, we have to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because I'm using laptop, so I was like, okay, fine. However, it doesn't much. If there's not a big difference, doesn't matter. But I think I'll switch it if everybody is happy to get the MT5 trade. Somebody go on the Trade Manager website and see. First of all, how many 10 accounts is it? Right? It's for sure, right?
Yeah, 10 accounts. The only thing is, if you do trade brokers, do you need another one then? I think you'd have to use another one. If you had 10, you'd need 2. If you're planning to trade a broker, or like to change to another broker.
Well, as long as you use MT5, like all my stuff is in MT5 is still the same, right? Because I'm like the algos that you download, and because that's what it would be, right? An algorithm.
Yeah, so if you get the trade manager and you have 10 licenses and you trade brokers, are you going to need another one of your licenses instead of sharing?
Not if you're on the MT5, you're just opening another account. It's still on your laptop.
Okay.
You still have that file, right? So the file's still there because it'll never go away. Even if you change brokers, if you look to your left, your
Okay, I get what you're saying now. It just didn't go in my head the first time you said it. Okay, great.
Let's go.
Can I ask a question on the 1 hour chart, Mitch? If you'll pull it up, I want to ask Sammy something. And we're gonna scroll back to. Let me see. I was just looking at it. I try to analyze what's reacting in different areas. What would be a problem for this to go down? So go to the left. I have a white line drawn. Hold on. Stop right there. Go back. Go back to the right just a little. And I have a white line drawn. Don't ask me. I'm sure my husband drew it. Go to the right just a little. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going right here, right where price is. Okay, do you see this? Where's my zoom? Stop right there. Freeze, freeze, freeze. Oh, you went too far.
I froze.
No, go back to the right, to the left. I must be on a delay. Oh, I'm on a delay. Never mind. I'm looking at you on YouTube instead of on Zoom. That's why. Okay, right here where price is. Let me annotate. So is this relevant because it's happened so long ago and we've passed through it so many times? Okay, when you see something like this, even though we've crossed over it several times, does that still have any bearing on how price moves? being that it happened a while ago?
It's an answer. Sammy have to answer.
Sorry, Michelle. You're referring to that right there. Okay, what about it?
Yes.
Does it have
So-
any effect on price?
Yeah, like as we move, does price care about this point since we have passed through that segment so many times? Does this become irrelevant or is it still something to be considered?
I mean, it just becomes like mess, like in the middle. Like if it's not like on an edge, like if it's not like an edge that's being supported, then it's just
It's noise.
like you're talking about this specifically, right?
Yeah, no, I'm talking about this pinpoint right here where we're at right now.
Yeah, no.
Right.
There's nothing to. You don't gotta look at that.
So as price starts to move along, like that would become irrelevant, but this might still be something that's relevant because it was a stronger point, or is that irrelevant also?
Not like on nothing, honestly. Like the news happened, they pushed price, they came back, pushed it again. This was their goal. Their goal was met. They came back. They had some buys left in the market to get rid of. They got rid of them, and you can see we wicked to the right a lot, like under these levels. So like these are not as significant anymore. You can forget about these.
So they're all okay. That's what I wanted to know because as this
Yeah,
is
like
coming down,
the only thing you can do with them is like, okay, we see this point. All right, fine. We can look at the low of it and look left, and we can see there was some structure aligned with that, and then we can take it and we can look right, and then we can see there's some structure aligned with that. So you can do it. Maybe I think kind of like how Raja does his zones, or other people do it. But you can do that to kind of see where would price pause momentarily. But other than that, you don't. Yeah, it's not significant anymore. If this had never happened. If this had never happened yet, then okay, we look left. As we drop down, we start looking left, look left, what's here? And then we would react based off those.
Got it.
But that's how I would take it, yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
As they say, look at the most recent structure on the left
Yeah, so right now,
with a smaller time frame. Oops.
So really, it does look like we're almost pretty clear until 1802 area. 1803.
yeah. I want to see this get retested. And actually draw your fib, Mitch, from low to high. Let's see what reaction we get from that. Yup. Cool beans. Yeah. So yeah, we'll see what happens at least to the 50, 103-ish area. But if it's gonna obey structure, we should see it tap into like the 618, 70.
For me to take my buys.
Yeah. Look at that fatty.
And then it'll come into the same area over here, right? That'll still be the 78 right here. And then this one would be the 50 over here, but it would be the 78 how I placed it from that way.
Yeah. And yeah, we'll see.
Come on, go down.
Yeah, I literally want to break even. I don't care what it does. But we'll see. I want to see it come to 103 ideally. But she's crazy. She can do anything she wants. it should maintain that 23 level you got there, and aka previous support that it sat on, breaking down, retest, continue. Yeah, DJ sells it too clean. Lena, are you here?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, yo, Mitch, go to the 5 minute. Okay, expand this area a little bit. I want to show her the minus 27 concept again. Just like kind of zoom into this a little, like stretch the candles a bit.
Yeah, I'm trying to change my fib levels on MT5. I haven't.
No, stretch it upwards.
Find how to do it actually.
There you go. Yeah. So actually, if you just double click on it, you should be able to change it. But okay, Mitch, put your put your 0. Is it 0? Yeah. No, put your 100 right here. Yeah. So start a new fib. Yeah, from that high. Yep. And then no. So now we want to go backwards to where the first support was established, which was here. Here. Attach it to that bottom. Yep. Okay, perfect. And that's why price stopped right here. Because it extended 27% beyond that original support. And right, it's like 50-50, the reaction off of it. So obviously that's what happened here. Like literally to the T. So usually when it reacts to that 27, she wants to go back to the 618. So the 618 is like here. So we'll see what happens then.
Wow.
But yeah, always like this going backwards. Like that's the trick. Like nobody really uses that. Everybody teaches you how to use the fibs the same way. But yeah, I don't know if I should be. I don't know if I should say this even on YouTube.
I was asking, like, I had a feeling we were about to pull back, and I was trying to figure out why, like, what would be creating a little pullback right here. It just seemed way too easy for us to just go right down to a 50%. So I was trying to figure out what would cause it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sammy, I do know how to change my fib levels. I was trying to change the fib numbers. Because I don't have the minus 27 on my fib.
Okay.
I mean, as far as mine goes, is to the 78, 0 to the 78. Yeah, so that's why I was trying to add the numbers and on the MT5. So I was going through trying to find it.
Yeah.
I'll find it.
Is it something like this on Mitch's screen?
No, the trading view is really different. I know how to, once I get in here, I'll know how to change the number. I just don't know how to get it there.
think it's Ralph. I don't have control to mute.
I got stopped.
What are you doing?
I closed out in profit.
I secure half, but I just let the run around.
Oh, good. You got some for yourself then.
It's the greed.
I'm not trading, so I just start on the cheering team. That's all.
It's probably going to go right back down.
Well, I'm still holding because it didn't. I wasn't closing that fast.
It didn't hit your level yet.
No, it didn't hit me my where I wanted to go.
Yeah, the plan that you had on your chart. I commend you for following your plan. And everybody's talking about so many things.
$18.09 from Wednesday. Are you in a buy or a sell, B Smoke? $92.97 00103. Was that your locker combination? A bull. So margin call? You're in a buy. Wait, you're in a buy from 1809? Come on, don't go back up there, man. Stay the fuck from up here, man. I don't like it up here. Oh, this fucking recess. What's going on?
Mitch, can you go on 5-minute candles, please? And if you just make them a bit bigger, yeah, you see the size of these candles? That shows that, they were just waiting for the new hourly to start. And the same thing which happened below down there, how the last 5-minute candle was bullish and then the new 2 candles just moved up. So I see it now coming back to the order block, maybe make a higher high, wake up there, and then try to retrace from that level, or it'll be slower or something sideways and ranges and consolidate maybe in that area until we kill some more time.
Yeah, I agree.
Sammy, more sales at the high?
Hey, bro, wait for my signal. Nah, I'm playing. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I just knew that we would stall a little at 1807, but I got to see how it's going to play around this high now.
Yeah, I was just joking. I'm not taking any more sales. I'm about to go to sleep, though. Wake up in 2
honestly.
hours for London. Luke.
Yeah, no, I'm not entering anything anymore. That's it. I'm gonna wait because I want to see what Frankfurt wants to set up for London. Because I don't want to. I think that was the biggest move you can catch right now at this time. Other than that, you gotta wait till London.
Yeah, definitely not pushing it. It's Asian session, so it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Well, I'm still holding to the moon, so.
Okay, guys, have a good night, good morning, wherever you are in this world.
Later, bro.
See you soon.
All right, bro.
Peace.
See you later.
Good night. Good night.
So, Sammy and Sasha, y'all say we're tapping into an order block. I was just marking up different order blocks. Where's the order block coming from that we're tapping into right now? Like what time frame? I can't seem to figure it out.
On the 1 hour?
It's the 1 hour? Let me look. Ah, no. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You see it? Like just the leftmost structure, like the one that candle, it was like an indecision and it engulfed down.
You're talking about the white one right there at the top that Mitch has marked?
Let's see. Yeah, that one right there. Yep.
That just doesn't look like an order block to me if you take into account the wick.
I mean, looking at just the body, I see the wick. It's not the best order block, but I mean, it still is a point where it broke previous structure, right? Like when it was coming down, it broke a previous structure, and so for that reason, we have to give it a little bit of respect.
Right.
But we want to see how it reacts around there, and see if we're going to push higher. Because I still do expect it to push a little bit beyond it. I do want us to break above to catch sells for the rest of the week, but yeah, that's all I'm looking at.
The one Mitch is marking right now is a very nice order block as well.
Yes, that one's very nice too.
Which is crazy because I believe that would have been my original. That would have been the 15-minute that it made. No, that's the half hour. Yeah, the half hour.
You know, there's a massive, I just put the fixed range on my chart. There's a big group of all buying, no selling pressure, price block, price gap in the middle of that rise that just came up on a market. Basically, the yellow box.
What yellow box?
Well, I'm adding it to my chart. I'll show you where.
Oh.
Hold on.
I thought you were gonna annotate.
I will. Hold on.
Guys, I took another position at 1807.42.
So basically, we're looking at the price of 18036. I mean, I'm not that 1801. So I did that fixed range tool. So from here to 1801 2 area, right in here, it's all buying pressure but no selling pressure. So that created a big imbalance right there that's going to have to get fixed, which is kind of weird for an Asian session to do, but I didn't see that candle print, so I don't know how fast it happened.
Pretty fast.
It did?
Yeah.
Let me look at the 1 minute to see if I can.
Guys, I have another question about the fib numbers. Sammy, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so it just moved again, but so below the 100, percent. I don't see the 27 this time, whereas on the other times I would see the 27 minus 27 above and 27 below. And I'm just wondering why it wasn't showing up.
Yeah, so since it's 100, right? Like if you're gonna go 27 away from 0, it's gonna be minus 27. If you're gonna go 27 away from 100, it's gonna be 127. So make sure you mark down 127 instead of just 27.
Okay, I'm putting my numbers into this, the tools, and I thought that it did show up as positive 27 next to the 100 last time. So maybe I was just imagining it. Yeah. Okay,
But you got it though, yeah? You figured it out?
I'm going to take a screenshot to just make sure I get all the numbers, because it doesn't show me that, all those levels like that, on the MT5. It's nothing like that, so it's hard to know if you should be skipping one, etc.
Yeah. Just send me a message on WhatsApp. I'll take a look at it.
Oh, okay. You got WhatsApp on the PC.
Okay, baby. Yeah.
I have to refresh my trading view, make sure price wasn't stuck.
mean make your beast mode? What do you mean make your decision? I made my decision. I'm gonna sell and keep selling until I'm right. Soon it will only be overbought. How is it gonna be overbought when I keep telling you I'm taking sales?
Yeah, it should tap into if you do your fib like right now. Supposedly made a high. Supposedly, if you do your fib from there to here, your minus 27 should be somewhere down here. So this is the minimum that we should be reaching. Something like that. See if you can get your minus 27 on the other end. Maybe your minus 27 here probably. Yeah. So 1803, what is that, 60? Yeah, we should at least be tapping into that minimum. And then we'll probably buy later during London, but as of now, we should come down.
Which is my original sell point from over here, right?
King LOL, my brother, don't stop using indicators. Your brain is the indicator. You are the indicator. Because what happens when the RSI can't react fast enough on a big move? It's going to tell you after the fact what happened. That's why I don't use indicators now.
I used to not, and then I like these EMAs. Just to
Yeah, like MAs, MAs we can look at. I'll turn them on sometimes, but it'll be like a last confluence or something. Or, like the most telling ones usually, like with the big firms, they like to use like the 50 and 200, even 100. Like there's a few combinations, but using them as confluence is fine. But if you're gonna use it just for that, like you're gonna wait for the indicator to tell you what to do, then that's what I mean. Like it's a bad idea. Bring it down. Come on.
Yeah. Let's go.
Bro, Mitch, call the bank, bro. Call him.
I'm about to, man. It's not even fucking start going. We took enough buys, right?
No more.
Yeah, could you imagine having a fucking phone in your fucking entry?
Having a what?
Having the phone in your entry, like call in the fucking
Imagine
your actual broker and shit down at fucking Wall Street.
You guys are so young, but when I first started trading, That's what you had, like you put an order into your brokerage and it would take 3 days to execute your order.
Yeah,
Like,
fuck that.
this is back in the I wouldn't say the 90s, but right around the 2000s. Yeah, like if you wanted to buy or sell stocks, you had to call your brokerage and then they put an order for you. And it would take a couple days to execute.
Yeah, imagine that. Like a million other, maybe not a million, like thousands of other people are calling in, trying to get an order in, and they're like, yeah, we got you, but after the person who called in before you.
Right.
The system can't process it fast enough.
But really, you're just doing market orders at that point. I mean, mostly, like I want to buy this many shares of whatever.
Yeah, but what price do you get it in? The price that it is when you called it in, or the price that happened 3 days after?
Well, I mean,
well, whenever they process it, bro. Whenever they process it.
Right.
Like, if you guys listen to Mark Douglas, he's gonna tell you that he was in a silver position where it was in a consolidation, right? It was in a silver position, and his broker or whoever was giving him advice was in a buy and a sell. Whenever it would go closer to the buys and the sell was in more drawdown, he'd cut the sell position because the buy is increasing in size, and he'd be like, okay, it's in a buy, and then it would come back down, and the guy would enter sells for him again, and they would just keep going back and forth until his account was almost done, and then finally he told him, no, that's it, we're gonna get in buys for silver. Like, go listen to him, like, just look up Mark Douglas silver or something. And by the time his order got filled in, he made he was still in profit. He made like double his money, but it rallied almost like an astronomical percentage. And he was like, I was just kicking myself in the leg for not holding it. But imagine, like 3 days later, his position was filled in, and that's just crazy to me. Like, price can do so much in 3 days.
So I started trading like in 2011, like 2010, 2011, and I was trading with my grandmother who was in her 90s, and we were looking at a lot of dividend stocks is what she and I traded together. So we would sit and look at companies, and I would go get her and we would sit at a cafe, and she was just blown away because she would still in her 90s get the paper, like the Wall Street Journal or a paper, and she would look at stocks in the newspaper, and then she would call me and be like, what do you think of this one? And then I could pull up all this data. So we'd sit down together, and she just couldn't believe, like I would just push a button and we executed an order. Like, that was it. It was just like mind blowing to her because she had traded stocks like way back. We were talking like the 50s. And my grandfather gave her like, I think $50,000 to trade stocks with. And she said she sat in a room at, I don't know, restaurant, a cafe, somewhere where they had like a ticker board with all these different stocks. And she said they would just sit there and they were trading commodities. And so she was like, we were trading paper and different stuff like that. And like, she just tried to listen to the guys and make trades. But back then you had to put in orders to make your trades. So it's just, I was just looking at the volume of gold. Gold volume trade didn't start picking up till like 2006, 2007, because before that you had to go through somebody else.
Yeah, imagine, guys, like, I'm so happy we can chill at home and just click a button.
Hell yeah, I ain't gotta call nobody and fucking
hell no.
Alright guys, I am ending the stream. You guys could go over to the live trading lounge and finish up there. Like and subscribe.
Yeah, guys, hit that like button, subscribe, comment, do all that good stuff.
I already did. I was the first one.
Really?
Actually, I was the first subscriber on the lounge.
You were?
Yeah. Brian was setting it up, and you had just stepped out, and I got on and yeah, subscribed.
Yeah, he made it before I was at work while he made it on YouTube, and I got home and he's like, it's called Trading Champs, and like he made this banner and everything, and then I was like, well, let me talk to Luke about it, and Luke was like, no, like make it the lounge, and I was like, I love it. So then Brian's like, I just went through all this work. I'm like, I don't care, rename it.
That Luke, he's inspired, you know.
And the lounge is like the perfect, it's just the perfect name, the perfect vibe.
Yep.